Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Today we have the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals. Barcelona versus Chelsea. Games do not get much bigger than this. And I have to say, I've been excited about this all week. I'm sure you guys at home have been as well. I'm just excited. There's no other word to describe it really. This game means so much as a Chelsea fan. It's Chelsea's chance to... Well, Chelsea have to win, really, over these two legs eventually. But today, they have to get a positive result if they want to be getting through to the Champions League final, which is their ultimate goal in Emma Hayes' last season. So this game has so much importance for both sides. We've got Barcelona, the reigning champions, and, well, probably the best team on paper in the world right now, versus a Chelsea side who it feels like... You know, we are reaching the end of an era with Emma Hayes as manager. We are going to see this as Chelsea's last opportunity. Now, of course, there'll be a new manager coming in the summer and Chelsea will look to rebuild and adapt and become a new team. But I feel that this marks a very poignant moment where Chelsea will be hoping to claim their first Champions League title, and Emma Hayes will be hoping to claim her first Champions League title. Today is vitally important for that, because as long as Chelsea avoid an embarrassing result today, they always have a chance at Stamford Bridge. And by no means am I ruling out Chelsea winning today, but it's going to be very, very difficult. And I think that actually by setting our expectations at perhaps a draw or a very narrow loss, I think we're being a bit more realistic there as Chelsea fans. I feel that today, if Chelsea came out with a draw, I'd be very pleased. And even if it's a 1-0 loss, I wouldn't be disheartened. But as I say, if it's quite a heavy defeat, if Barcelona really show their style, then, I mean, I'm going next Saturday to the semi-final. I'd be very dim, I guess, about heading there. It feels that we have to be in this fight today. We are at a point now where we've invested so much into the squad. The team has been built and constructed over years. There is no excuse why Chelsea can't compete for the Champions League title this year. I know we could blame injuries, but Millie Bright returns to the matchday squad today. Obviously, we won't have Sam Kerr at all, but we have got Myra Ramirez. So it's not like we're significantly weakened in any areas. So I feel Chelsea have no excuses now. They've run out of them. This is Emma Hayes' last chance. There is no more. We can't lose today. So today is such a vitally important match for that reason. I'm very excited. As I say, early, good to see people in chat. Alex Sinclair, good to see you, mate, saying hi, everyone. Good to see you, Alex. But yeah, I'm very excited for today. A quick look at the poll in chat then to start proceedings this morning. 56% backing Chelsea to win today. 44% going the way of Barcelona. And nobody yet voting for a draw. I think that's quite representative of actually who everyone's supporting here. I feel we will have a lot of Chelsea fans in here today. I feel we'll have a few Barcelona fans and probably fans of other WSL clubs who will be supporting Barcelona. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. I can't comment for them. But I feel today it's built up to be a really good game of football. If it isn't, I'll be severely disappointed. But I think however this plays out, whether it's a draw, whether Barcelona claim a crushing victory, whether it's a narrow win for either side, it's going to be a brilliant game of football. So I'm hoping you guys can join us or join me for all of that. Of course, without Harry today, he is gutted not to be here. But yeah, he obviously can't make it. But I'm very excited. Hopefully today is a good game. Let's have a look at the team. I'll probably talk about it again in about 15 minutes time, so people that are hopping in then can see the team as well. But I'm going to talk about it now and break down my initial thoughts on the starting 11. So we will of course start with Barcelona. We are in Barcelona today at the Estadio Olímpic Louis Companys. I believe it's pronounced. Apologies if I've mispronounced that. And the Barcelona team is as follows. In goal, it is Col. The Spanish goalkeeper has been their starting shot stopper for most of this season, and obviously is Spain's starting goalkeeper now as well. In the back four, Ona Betila, Paredes, Engen, and Fridolino Rolfo. In the midfield three, Aitana Bonmati, Kira Walsh, and Gallardo. On the right-hand side, it's Caroline Graham Hansen. On the left-hand side, it's Caldente. Through the middle, Salma Paoluelo. It's an incredible team. You look across this pitch and there is a world-class player in every single position. I mean, you only have to look at the bench to categorise how good this Barcelona team is. The fact that Alexia Putellas, I think, might be injured again. Oh, no, she's on the bench. She is on the bench. So Putellas can't get in this team. Dragoni can't get in this team. Pina can't get in this team. Esme Brooks, Lucy Bronze, the list goes on and on. Even Sandra Panos cannot get in this team. I mean, that for me shows just how strong this Barcelona side is, that despite the fact you've got these world-class players on the bench, every single player in the team is world-class. That's the impossibility for Chelsea today, because Chelsea don't have world-class players across the pitch, nor do they have world-class players in every position on the bench. They just don't have that same quality in the squad. Now, they've got some brilliant players, and I personally think Lauren James gets in that Barcelona team. I think Maya Ramirez would be very close to getting in. I think Erin Cuthbert would be very close. Canaride probably, that's tight for me between her and Hansen, but I do think the Chelsea team are very close to Barcelona, but there is just a little bit where Barcelona have a world-class player in every position that Chelsea perhaps can't make up that difference. Let's have a look at that Chelsea team then. Now, this presents as either a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3. I expect it will be a 4-4-2 out of possession, 4-3-3 in possession. Now, how everyone will line up exactly, I'm not sure, but we'll run through the team and try and make sense of it. In between 6, I expect it will be Hannah Hampton. I can't see anything. I can't see her playing outfield, so she's definitely in goal. In the back 4, Lawrence, Carter, Buchanan and Neve Charles. On the right-hand side, it will be Joanna Wright and Canaride. Then on the left-hand side, it will either be James or Nusken. I think it will probably be Lauren James, which for me is not something I'm overly happy about. I can understand perhaps why you would bench Gura Wrighton today. I personally wouldn't. But I don't like James off that left-hand side. I feel she doesn't have as strong an impact on the game. Now, I would love to be proven wrong today. But when she plays on the left-hand side, I think back to the Arsenal game about, a month ago now. And she didn't really get involved in that game. And I feel that when she plays through the middle, either as the striker or in attacking midfield, she has a much more profound and significant impact on the match. I feel off the left-hand side, she can get lost at times. So I would be James Ornisk on that left-hand side. In the pivot, it will be Erin Cuthbert and Melanie Leopolds. Those two played very well together this season, so there's no real surprises there. And then obviously leading the line, Mayra Ramirez. So as I say, I think it'll probably look like a 4-3-3 in possession. James, Canaride and Ramirez make up your front three. Nusken just behind them as the attacking midfielder, and then Leopolds and Cuthbert as your 2 6s. But yeah, it's a weird one for me today. Because while Gura Wrighton hasn't been good recently, personally she would be in my starting 11 for a game like today. I think she gives you a lot more control in the match. I think back to our best performance this season, and I'd probably say that was the Manchester United win at Stamford Bridge. I think that when we played Gura Wrighton on that left-hand side, it allowed us control on that side of the pitch. We were able to hold on to the ball, and then we could switch the play. And suddenly you find Canaride one-on-one with a fullback. Now, that would be enhanced today because Fridolina Rolfo, as brilliant a player as she is very attacking. So there's going to be space for Canaride today. And I feel that with James playing in that 10, in attacking midfield, she can drift into those spaces. She won't have that today. She's going to be stuck on that left-hand side. So I do have some fears about this system today. I'll be very intrigued to see how it plays and whether we do need to make changes in the game. But yeah, I'll be very, very intrigued. Good to see so many people in chat, by the way. Thank you guys so much for your support. Saying Mr. Big Pierce saying, really, Ashley Lawrence starting Caldente will have a field day. I'm not sure she will. So the way that Mariona Caldente plays, what Barcelona will look to do in possession is switch to a 3-box-3. So it's quite common in the men's game, and I think Gerardo's taking a lot of principles from actually the Barcelona men's side from last season. So we'll see Fridolina Rolfo, the left back, push up really high and act almost as a left winger in possession. Then you'll have Caldente drifting inside and operating in that half space, and they'll create a box in midfield with Walsh, Bonmati and Gallardo. So you form that box midfield, Paralluelo is your focal point, and then CGH, Caroline Graham-Hanson on the right-hand side, Fridolina Rolfo left-hand side, and then your back three is the rest of your defenders there. So I think that is a very strong system. It's very difficult to deal with, and I get the concerns about Ashley Lawrence, and personally I probably would have had Perisset starting, but equally Perisset was a car crash against Manchester United, and I think at this point in the season you have to pick based on merit, and you can't argue that Perisset deserves to start today because of the horror show really she had against Man United. But personally I'd have started Lawrence in the United game because I thought Perisset looked really tired in that game, probably as a consequence of playing the full 120 minutes in the Conti Cup final and then playing on international duty. So I think for me, I would have started Lawrence. I know she was away with Canada, but she didn't play in the Conti Cup. She was a little bit more rested. So, yeah, I definitely would have started Lawrence and then had Perisset looking sharp for today. But we've got Lawrence starting today. I feel that both of them are very capable players. I think there's a bit of disrespect to Ashley Lawrence in here because she has won a Champions League. Let's not forget that. She was in a Champions League winning team. And for me, that goes unspoken about a little bit because she hasn't had those really high performancing. She hasn't found those high levels of performance in this Chelsea team, but she has won a Champions League before. She is a very good player. She has played at the highest level. She will be able to compete today. And as Jesse George points out in chat, great point, by the way, thank you and welcome to the stream, saying Ashley Lawrence starts because she's faster than any other right back we have. I think that's a good point. I think that Barcelona will break really quickly today. We've got, we're up against players like Salma Paraluelo, who we saw at the World Cup the damage she can do. She is one of, if not the best performing player in the world right now. 17 goals this season. Now, admittedly, the Liga F is definitely a much easier competition than the WSL. You look at her, she scored 8 goals in 2 matches against Sevilla and Real Sociedad. That's not really, therefore, a representative figure of her quality. But by saying that, I by no means discredit her achievement. She's a very good player, and she will be very dangerous to face today. I feel, though, the big X factor for Chelsea is Lauren James. If you look at the Chelsea team that started in the semi-final a year ago, and that's where we can take our best reference point, really, of how this game's going to pan out. If you look at that team, Lauren James was not in it. And even if she was, Lauren James back then is a very different player to what Lauren James is now. For me, James right now is, bar possibly Khadija Shaw, I'd say, the best player in the WSL. And so if she brings her A game, she can't be stopped. Barcelona are incredible, but they haven't played against a Lauren James this season. So for me, that's the big X factor. It's how can we get Lauren James in the game in a big way, and how can Barcelona deal with that threat if we do get her in the game? LJ, for me, wasn't involved enough at United, wasn't involved enough at Arsenal. She looked really poor in those games, and it has opened up a bit of a discussion about her big games. Does she turn up in them? Because in both those games she didn't. But then equally, she was used off the left-hand side in the Arsenal game. In the United game, there's no excuses. But she was used off the left-hand side in the Arsenal game. And I don't think she's as effective there. So I'm going to be very interested to see how it plays out today. I'm not going to say that MA's has got it wrong because we've not even watched the game yet. But if we're sat here in 2 hours' time going, why did we lose today? And it's that Lauren James wasn't involved, then I will have question marks there, because I've watched Lauren James off the left-hand side. She's not as effective there. She's much more effective playing centrally. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. But welcome everyone that is just hopping in. Good to see people putting Chelsea in chat, stuff like that. It's brilliant to see. Obviously, I don't have Harry with me today, so I've got no one to bounce off. So do get involved in the live chat. Give your thoughts throughout. And, yeah, give me someone to talk to, really. But, yeah, I'm very excited for today. I feel like we're in for a very, very good match. And let's talk form coming into this game then, because I've briefly mentioned there Chelsea haven't really been on their A game recently. But just to divulge or go into that a little further, if we look at the last time they played in the Champions League, that was against Ajax at the end of March. A 1-1 draw in that game. And obviously that game wasn't of the utmost importance, but it still highlights that Chelsea are not fallible. And that's possibly the difference today. I mean, then you look at the Conti Cup final, Chelsea lost that. The Women's FA Cup semi-final, Chelsea lost that. And Chelsea are on a run now of really difficult performances. Now, obviously, we beat Aston Villa in the midweek. However, that isn't the same team. That's a very, very rotated side. And obviously, that is the right call because we need our full-strength side to be fit for today's game. But still, I feel like we haven't seen our starting 11 perform very well since that West Ham game. And even in that game, it was a little bit all over the place. We didn't look incredible in that match. So I'd say our best performance in recent history was either the Ajax game or the Arsenal game. We were very good in both those matches. I mean, the Arsenal game in the league. Very good in both those matches. But that's 2 months or a month ago now. That's a very long time ago in football. And Chelsea have to bring back that level. Because and raise it. We're playing Barcelona today. It's going to be a very, very difficult match. Very, very difficult match. And well, it's going to be very interesting to see if Chelsea can get anything out of it. But yeah, I'll always be optimistic because I think Chelsea are very good. Let's have a look at the Barcelona run then recently. Last 5 games, all wins. In fact, they have not lost a single match this season. In fact, their last loss, I'm just going to keep scrolling until I find one, came on Sunday, the 21st of May, 2023, which is the last game of last campaign. I believe that they rested heavily against Madrid Femenino because obviously they had the Champions League final. Some rotation there, and they lost that game, but ultimately they didn't care. about that match. They then won the Champions League a week later. Since they won that Champions League final, they've won every single match. And in fact, they've only drawn 2 games in that time. One was to Levante and one was to Benfica. If that doesn't say it all about the challenge Chelsea faced today, I don't know what does. Barcelona don't lose many games, if any. Barcelona don't drop points very often, if ever. Chelsea have a very, very difficult job in their hands today because Barcelona are looking to go unbeaten in all competitions. If they beat Chelsea, they're 1 win away in the Champions League. They'll be hoping to stay flawless in the league this season, something they couldn't quite manage last season. They're incredible. Barcelona are incredible. I feel like that is quite an obvious statement, but it needs saying. Barcelona are very, very tough. Mr. Big Pierce says, Buchanan 1 minute is Maldini and the next minute is playing like Upper Maguire. Yeah, I feel she is a bit inconsistent. Ultimately, we don't really have a choice of centre-half today. I feel it probably would have been Carter and Bright. Or does Bjorn get in there? I'm not sure if everyone's fit. But obviously, Mjelde out injured, Bjorn back out injured, and Millie Bright only returning to the bench for the first time in 2024 today. Sort of shoehorns us into Carter and Buchanan starting, but I do think they look very good in the week. Equally, it's not very representative. Aston Villa got a player sent off in the 5th minute or something like that, and Chelsea, didn't really face much of a threat from then on in. But yeah, I do think today will be very interesting. Very interesting. Mr. Big Pierce says, what happened to Bjorn? And why did Chelsea buy injury-prone players? And this happens even to the men's team. That was more to the men's team than it does to the women's team. I think it's a simple fact of Chelsea didn't get many injuries last season. And it's sort of part and parcel of the game that you're going to get injuries. It just seems that you either have it where you're constantly getting a couple injuries a season, or you have it like Arsenal and Chelsea have, where you have like injury-free seasons and then seasons where everyone seems to get hit by injuries. But it's just that build-up of games, and obviously Chelsea barely had. I mean, I know Millie Bright was a big one last season, but other than that, Chelsea got away rather scot-free. And then you look at this season, and we've seen Sam Kerr ACL injury out for 7 months, 9 months, something like that. Mia Fischel, same injury, same time span, out for a while. Ramirez even comes in and she picks up an injury that left her out of action for about 3-4 weeks. So, yeah, obviously we've had those issues. Kirby struggled since coming back. Guro Wrighton struggled since coming back from injury at the start of the season. There's been a lot of injuries like that. I think it is just an accumulation of games. We didn't pick up a load of injuries last season, and we really should have. We really could have beaten Barca last year. That's the thing that gives me positivity today, is that last season Chelsea could have beaten Barcelona. I mean, I was at the semi-final, the first leg, where Chelsea lost 1-0, and we could have scored so many goals that day. We had so many chances that we just didn't take. If we take our chances today, we take it back to our home leg, and at the Stamford Bridge this season, we've not lost a game. We've won every single one. Lauren James has an incredible record where she's notched up quite a few goals at the Bridge this year. So for me, if Chelsea get a goal today, I'll get a positive result of some description, either a win or a draw, or even a 1-0 loss isn't the worst thing. If Chelsea get a positive result today, there's a very good chance they go through. If they take their chances, if they're clinical, if they play like they know they can, Chelsea can win today. It's not impossible. Barcelona is very, very good. But we are 10 minutes away from kickoff. People in chat, feel free to get your thoughts in before we get into the action. I'll do my predictions in about 5 minutes' time for the games. Obviously, we do have 2 Champions League semi-finals. Later today is PSG Lyon. Unfortunately, we can't stream that, but very exciting stuff. I love the Champions League. We've got a very exciting couple of weeks coming up. Obviously, next weekend, we will not be able to cover Barcelona-Chelsea, second leg, the Chelsea-Barcelona game, because we're going to it, but we will do the second leg of PSG-Lyon to make up for it. So Champions League over the next 2 weeks. Very, very excited for it. And hopefully today fits the billing, lives up to the hype and the expectation that everyone, including myself, has put on this game. This is supposed to be the 2 best sides in the women's game at the moment facing off. Now, you might argue that City are better than Chelsea. Feel free to argue with your wall. But I think for me right now, Chelsea are the second best side behind Barcelona. I think maybe Lyon a third. Well, Lyon are probably third. Lyon could be classed as second. That's quite close there. But for me, Chelsea are the closest competition to Barcelona right now. And we're very interested to see whether Chelsea can get a positive result from this game, because we know Chelsea are good enough to, It's just whether they do it on the day. It's whether they get the job done on the day. But yeah, very, very excited for today's game. Just a quick look at the poll in chat. 34 votes, 56% Barcelona, 38% Chelsea, 6% draw. I don't mind that at all. I think that 38% Chelsea is fairly representative of how I'd rate our chances today. 56% Barcelona, yeah. I think Barca are definitely the favourites. I think that's well represented in chat and well reflected in the discourse in the media at the moment that they are a very good side. I don't think that needs saying anymore. They are a very good team, Barcelona. They are the favourites for today, being the reigning Champions League winners. The fact they've lost one game in the last 2 years. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I feel today will be very difficult, but Chelsea are good enough to get a win. Jesse Jules says, the manager we are getting, I think we will win the Champions League with her when she comes. Yeah, I agree. Jesse, I think that Sonia Bonpastor does make us strong. Now, how long that takes to adapt, I'm not sure. Because it's not a surefire thing when you change your manager that it will be successful. You know, there's so many things to consider. Will the manager settle in with the squad nicely? Will the players really buy into her system and her methodologies and her tactical ethos, all that sort of stuff? So it's not as simple as saying Bonpastor comes in and makes Chelsea better, but I think that she is probably a better manager than Emma Hayes. Now, I think that I love Emma Hayes. I think she's brilliant, but the success speaks for itself. Sonia Bonpastor is a Champions League winner. Emma Hayes is not, and that shows perhaps that Bonpastor is a better manager. Now, whether she can come in and do it with Chelsea is another matter, because it's not her squad. She's got to come in and either adapt her system to the Chelsea squad or adapt the Chelsea squad to fit her system. So that may be that may take a bit of time either way. So we'll have to see how Chelsea get on next season. I still think they'll be competitive for the WSL, if not still up there for the UWCL. So I'm not inherently worried, but I think we should be approaching this season with a little bit of caution that it might not be as successful as most of our recent seasons have been. And actually, if we don't have that instant success, we can't panic, because it does take time for managers to settle in, no matter how good they are. But yeah. Anyway, we will get into some predictions, because I feel like today's going to be a long prediction, a lot of discussing who's going to win, how it's going to happen. I feel that, it's going to be a very difficult game, a very complex game. It's not going to be as simple as Barcelona take the lead and Chelsea collapse, because if Barcelona score early, Chelsea might change things up, might come back into the game. If Chelsea got a goal against run of play, maybe then Barcelona then change things up a little bit. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this game both starts tactically and shifts tactically throughout the game, and that matchup, because we've not seen, obviously we saw it like a year ago and the year before that, but we've not seen this current edition of the Chelsea side against Barcelona yet. So it'll be very interesting to see how they match up, how they play against each other, and how Chelsea look in a game like today. Can they hold their own? Because for many, this season, Chelsea are supposed to be better than they were last season. That hasn't materialised itself in the Conti Cup final or in the Women's FA Cup semi-finals. But I would agree with the sentiment that Chelsea should be a better side. If you look on paper, Chelsea's team should be better. Now, I know we don't have players like Sam Kerr today. We don't have Millie Bright, but Ramirez is still one of the best strikers in the world right now. I think Lauren James is one of the best players in the world right now. So Chelsea are by no means not in this tie. In terms of a prediction, now, torn here. Am I biased or am I not? I think this will likely be a draw. I have to be honest, I think this will likely be a draw. Now, I'd love to say that Chelsea are going to win it, but I think Barcelona scoring is pretty much guaranteed. So I will say Barcelona 2, Chelsea 2. And I will say a goal from Caroline Graham-Hampson to open it up for Barcelona. I think it will stay 1-0 till the break. At the half-time, Chelsea will bring on Guro Reiten. And then Chelsea will score through Lauren James and score through Sjokka Nusken. No, Nusken will be off. So I'll say Mene Leopolds. 2-1 Chelsea. Barcelona get it back through Aitana Bonmati. 2-2. My final score prediction. Feel free to get your score predictions in the live chat. Make sure to vote in the poll in chat if you haven't already. This should be a tasty one. Barcelona versus Chelsea in the Women's Champions League semi-final. 2 games stand between these two sides and a place in the final in Bilbao in just over a month's time. I'm very excited for today's game. I hope you guys are as well. And well, the atmosphere here at the Estadio Luis Campaños is electric, to say the least, by the looks of it. As you build up to the start of today's game. I'm very excited for today. Even as a Chelsea fan, there was a little bit of nerve. There's a little bit of nerves there. I still feel that excitement because it is a Champions League semi-final. Games don't get bigger than this, bar the final, of course. That goes without saying. But games don't get bigger than this. This is a huge match, a huge moment in Chelsea's season. Can they do it? I'm very excited. Very, very excited. But yeah, get your thoughts in the chat before the game gets underway. Get your votes in the poll and chat, all that sort of stuff. We are minutes away from kickoff here. Both sets of players in the tunnel, ready to head out for 90 minutes of hard-fought Champions League action. And yeah, this should be a very, very good game of football. Very, very good game of football. The Barcelona fans out in their red and blue, waving their flags, excited for today's match. I mean, they've become very accustomed to their team winning. Will that be the case today? Most likely. But you never know. Maybe Chelsea can pull off something incredible. Will be interesting to see if they can. No shots yet of the travelling Chelsea fans. But a lot of the Barcelona fans. An incredible display here in the crowd. As we build up for kickoff, players making their way out of the tunnel now for this Champions League semi-final. I mean, yeah, I feel like I can't use any more words to describe this. It's a huge moment. Should be good. Should be very, very good. Jesse Jules says, what's your thoughts on Cole Palmer's 20 Premier League goals this season? I'll give my thoughts on this quickly. Then we'll return to the action. But I think he's very, very good. I think he's one of the best players in the Premier League right now. And deserves plaudits for it. But here we go. Chelsea and Barcelona players taking to the field. I do think another factor that does favour Barcelona is their strength in depth. The fact that if this game was to start poorly, they could easily make a couple of changes. They could easily bring on more firepower from the bench that perhaps Chelsea don't have. I know we have forgotten the name now. Guru Reiten. I know we have Guru Reiten, of course, but I don't know. I don't know if we have enough off the bench to make a difference today. We just don't have that quality. I mean, if Barcelona want to make a change, Esme Bruggs, I mean, I could list one of those. Pina, Dragoni, Puteas, Lucy Bronze can all come in for Chelsea. Kat Macario is definitely a big unknown as well, because that's something Chelsea didn't have a year ago either. So it'll be interesting to see what impact that has. But yeah, Macario, Wrighton, both great players off the bench. Kirby hasn't been great this season. Beaver Jones is very inexperienced at this level. It's great to see Bright on the bench, but she's not played in a while, so there's going to be a little bit of rustiness there. Hopefully she can return to match sharpness very shortly and be a pivotal player for the rest of Chelsea's season. But it's a big miss, but Chelsea have done well to accommodate without her. Here we go then. Don't think I get bigger than this. I've said enough how excited I am. If you guys are buzzing as well. Players now applauding the fans at the end of the anthem, the UEFA Women's Champions League anthem, and now players shaking hands before today's clash. Chelsea wearing their third kit today, the mint green. Barcelona in their home strip. Very exciting stuff here. But yeah, big job for the officials today as well, because they've got it's going to be a toughly contested match. And what we've seen in the Champions League this season is that sometimes the officials have got big calls wrong. Now that is something that can't happen today, so they've got a big job on their hands to ensure that doesn't happen. Because if it's another situation where Chelsea get robbed by officiating decisions, I will kick off. Anyway. Players getting in some last instructions now from their coaches, taking on fluids and getting into formation out on the pitch. It feels like a very different energy about these two sides. For Chelsea, it's very much can they find their level. For Barcelona, it's about getting the job done. Stephanie Frappart, understandably, the official for today's game, the most qualified referee in the women's game. Cuthbert, and is that Gallardo, I believe? Yeah, Patrick Gallardo, shaking hands, exchanging emblems, and doing the coin toss, all the pre-match routines captains have to go through. But for Chelsea, it does look then like a 4-4-2 on paper today, which is interesting. I guess that is something we could see if James is playing as the attacking midfielder and Leopolds or Nusken are out on the left-hand side. Then maybe we do see James in a central area, and that could be quite dangerous. But I think in possession, it's going to look like a 4-3-3. So, yeah, I don't know. Very interesting to see how we look in and out of possession, how Chelsea match up tactically to this Barcelona super team. Can they offer a challenge, or will they struggle? We will find out over the next 90 minutes. But yeah, Patel's bench today as well was a big call. Guessing they don't sense they need her for today. Right, we are about to get underway here in Barcelona. Frappart blows her whistle. And now we're underway. Barcelona, get us started in this one. It's FC Barcelona Femeni against Chelsea Women in the Women's Champions League semi-final first leg. For Chelsea, a chance to prove themselves on the European stage. For Barcelona, a chance to claim another title. Which is ultimately what they'll be looking to do today. And already, Barcelona, you can start to see those patterns emerging as that ball goes down the line. And here is Aitana Bonmati trying to make stuff happen for Barcelona. Ball goes into the box. Paralluelo. Chelsea do just about deal with it, but it's not away convincingly. Here's Fridolina Rolfo. Now Caldente. Rolfo. Forced back now. But yeah, already you can start to see Barcelona look incredibly dangerous. Incredibly dangerous in possession. We've not even played a minute yet and I'm nervous. But yeah. Will be interesting. Walsh. Now the ball is out wide with Rolfo. Try to find Paralluelo, who will get the better of Carter. Ball into the box. Is going to drop for Caroline Graham-Hansen. The touch escapes her. And Chelsea get away with one there. Hampton quick to rush and get on the ball. But yeah, dangerous stuff from FC Barcelona. Nice link up here between Rolfo and Paralluelo. Paralluelo swings the ball into the box. Drops for Graham-Hansen, but the touch escapes her. Perhaps just feeling the occasion, feeling the pressure of the occasion. 70 seconds into the game. Here's Buchanan. Nusken. Leopolds, and that's poor. Miscontrol, and Barca will come forwards here. Lovely turn from Bonmati. Such a majestic player. Gallardo. Out wide for Fridolina Rolfo. Here's Kira Walsh. Walsh out wide. Caldente back to Rolfo. Plays it inside. Gallardo under a bit of pressure there, but she manages to evade it. Here is Ona Vatila. Now Hansen, poor pass, and Chelsea will come away with the ball. Ramirez pokes it to James. James waits and gets Cuthbert involved. Now ball out wide. Forced backwards there as we're out of shape. Everyone massively out of position there. Buchanan. Looking for a forward option. Goes to Charles. Wants to take on the fullback here. And this is quite an interesting shape. So Ashley Lawrence is playing at left wing. I have no idea what Chelsea's formation is. But Lawrence and Charles are both on the left-hand side. I think Canaride might be playing wing-back today. Or right back. I have no idea. No idea what's happening. Anyway, ball goes back to the Barcelona goalkeeper, Cole here. So yeah, it looks like Canaride's playing right back. If anyone has any idea why, feel free to update me in chat as to why that's happening. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one. And it's a 5 back out of possession for Chelsea. 5-3-2. Carter winning the ball off Paralluelo. So Chelsea definitely setting up defensively there. But I guess by keeping Canaride as your right back, you still get the attacking upside that she offers. while remaining defensively solid in the system. It's a big call from Hayes. That's a very big call. Joanna Wright-Canaride is not a right back, but that is the role she's playing today. Well, more of a right wing back, but still. That's the role she's being asked to play today. And I guess for Chelsea, it's about players coming in and doing a job. Leopold's trying to win the ball back there. Spills out for Nuskin, it's given as a foul, and that's a soft one. Bomati gives it to Batila. She'll go back now to Paredes. I guess the other thing is, if Chelsea have seen other sides have success against Barcelona playing a 5-back, they might view that then as the most successful or the most secure way to play against Barcelona. Here's Hampton. Ball goes over the top. That's going to give Ramirez something to chase after here. Cole will come out and sweep it up and just knocks it out of play for a Chelsea throw. But Chelsea get up the field there and quite smartly just lifting that ball in behind, giving Ramirez something to chase today. Chelsea have that two up front of James and Ramirez. Might as well utilise it. But this does now make a lot more sense as to why Guro Wrighton doesn't start today. Chelsea with a different shape, with a different system. Looking to cause Barcelona issues in a 5-3-2. I mean, that's very un-Chelsea-like, but it's what's going to get the job. It's what they think will get the job done today. So that's what's necessary. Looking at now, Niamh Charles. Forced back to Hannah Hampton under pressure from Salma Paralluelo. Here's Hampton. Just going to roll that ball back. Now gives it out wide to Carter. Here's James dropping into fullback. Very fluid then, this Chelsea system. And James is just going to look to take players on it. She's just drifting through them. Sjoka Nuskin, strong challenge there from Batila, but it's within the rules. A good tackle. And that one definitely not there as Cuthbert just catches, I think it was Enpen in there. Cuthbert just catching over the tackle. Yeah, Engen, sorry. But I think for Cuthbert, that's one she'll want to get in early. A little foul, just to put them on edge a little bit. Engen. Cross to Paredes. Ramirez will press it and force her out wide to Batila. She goes down the line and Chelsea and Barcelona looking to open up Chelsea here. Graham Hansen can deliver this ball in. It's dealt with by Carter, almost putting in her own net, but knocks it out of play for a corner. But yeah, I mean, Chelsea opened up way too easily here. Good ball in from Caroline Graham Hansen through the legs of Buchanan. Carter dealt with it, and thank God she did, because Barcelona had players queuing up at the back post to open the scoring. Well dealt with by Erin Carter, Jess Carter, someone who has had a few weird moments this season in a Chelsea shirt, a few big mistakes. Need her to be solid today. Barcelona with the corner. Caroline Graham Hansen delaying this a moment. Now puts the ball in and it's flicked on. Chelsea don't deal with it. Barcelona can't get a clean shot away and it's into the gloves of Hannah Hampton with relative ease. This for me feels very much like Chelsea are shutting up shops today. Chelsea will be more than happy to come away with today with a 0-0. In fact, elated, I would say. And if they get something on the break, so be it. And that would be, of course, incredible. Because they've got Lauren James and they've got Myra Ramirez. They've got players there that can take the game to Barcelona. But today's game for Chelsea is about making sure Barcelona don't score rather than trying to get a goal themselves. That's the prerogative. From minute one, it's be on Barcelona. Cause them issues. Stop them scoring. And Hayes donning a blue jacket today. A bit more royal blue than the Chelsea blue, but lovely to see regardless. And there, Ramirez trying to win the ball off Paredes, but again it's given as a foul. It feels that Fraphart's given a few soft ones early on here. I hope that isn't a sign of things to come, because Paredes is asking for it. Now, obviously, there's a bit of contact in there, but Paredes is never looking to hold on to that ball. She's drawing the foul every time. So, I think that's just something that needs to be... the Fraphat has to be wary of today. The Barcelona players do seem to quite easily go down quite easily under any sort of challenge. And Cuthbert wins the ball back there. Engen trying to recover it but can't, and Chelsea now will drop the ball back to their centre halves and hold their shape. And so it does look like their traditional, or well, a bit more like their traditional 4-4-2 out of possession. Though actually Canaride isn't really dropping there when they have the ball, in possession. So yeah. Almost a 3-3-4 off the ball. On the ball, and a 5-3-2 when they don't have it. Cole. Here is Kira Walsh. Walsh goes across to Engen. The really positive thing is Barca haven't controlled proceedings yet. They haven't really got their foot on the ball and knocked it about with confidence. It was very much like they're still trying to figure out what Chelsea are doing today. And that ball goes in behind, and Canaride's in. Joanna Ryan Canaride in for Chelsea. Fridina Rolfo tries to challenge it. Engen comes back in and deals with it. Canaride still putting the pressure on, though. But Barcelona will get away with it. Fridina Rolfo just chipping it towards Gallardo. Cuthbert's trying to force us to the edge of the pitch here. Caldente drops in to receive it. Walsh. And this is where Barcelona can spring forwards and hurt Chelsea. Chelsea still dropping into shape. Nuskin tried to put a tackle in there, but just not quite finding it. Bon Mati. Gallardo, not a great pass. So that does knock Barcelona out of their rhythm. But they do hold on to the ball. Batila. Force back now to Paredes. Finds Caldente. And now Barcelona will look left. And they'll look to make something happen. Fridolina Rolfo. Back towards Gallardo down the line. Bonmati. Gallardo. Back now to Engen. Now it's Rolfo. Ball poked inside. Bonmati could hit one from this sort of area. Carter closes it down quickly. Here's Batila with a bit of space. Tries to play it to Graham Hansen, who does then win the ball. Batila in the box for Barcelona. Plays it across. Buchanan deals with it. And that's just got to go. Why are we fanning around? She's giving away a throw in there, luckily. I thought it was about to go out for a corner. But overcomplicating it, Chelsea there. Or both teams, actually. But when Chelsea see Barca overcomplicating it, then you just smash it clear. No idea what Buchanan's trying to do in there. We don't need to play out of our own box today when Barcelona have numbers in there. We need to clear it. I think it is as simple as that. Get rid of the ball. And Leopold's there jumping in front of the pass. Intercepting it, knocking it out of play. But you do feel Chelsea are doing a very good job of stifling Barcelona so far, suffocating them in possession and frustrating them. And that will play into Chelsea's hands as this game goes on, because Barca will push up higher and higher. And there will be more space in behind for Chelsea to exploit the longer this game goes on. Speaking of which, Chelsea win the ball high up the pitch. Lauren James, good challenge in there from Batila. Forced to Nuskin. Nuskin goes back. I'm not sure, though, why Chelsea's prerogative in possession is to go back and to build. Because if we're going to try and win the ball back high and get in behind and attack that space, then why, when we win the ball high up the field, do we drop into our shape? I'm not sure. I don't really have an answer. Charles. Buchanan. Now it's with Hampton. No idea what Buchanan is doing there. Tries to play a pass through Caldente and loses the ball. Has got away with it, though. Though is falling over as Paralluelo takes it off her. Messy that from Khadisha Buchanan. Really messy. And it's out now for a corner. That was avoidable. That was so avoidable. I'm sorry, it's a throw, not a corner. I don't know what she's doing in there. This is the thing. I mean, someone mentioned it in the build-up. Mr. Big Pierce said it. The Buchanan is an incredible player at times, but at others is a car crash. And there, when we're trying to be comfortable, or we're trying to be secure in possession, she's not doing that. She's doing the opposite of that. Trying to play an ambitious pass through a player. No idea. Ramirez fights to hold on to the ball. Now can release Ashley Lawrence. Chelsea have players forward here, but Batila will cover back well. Lawrence trying to force Batila back here. That looked like it left the field, and it did. Chelsea throwing high up the field. And she's done really well there, Lawrence, just to force Batila off there. By the way, for any fans of the WSL, it is 1-0 at Liverpool in that game. Marie-Therese Hobinger. An important goal for them as they look to close the gap to Manchester United. If Charles throws it towards Ramirez, Ramirez goes down, but Fraphart's not giving a penalty for anything like that. There was definitely a nudge in the back there, but in a Champions League semi-final, that's just not going to get given. But yeah, no intention to play the ball there by Paredes. Realistically, that is a foul, that is a penalty, but it's not getting given today. It's just not. But they are going to play it like that. It's the same way that Manchester United beat Chelsea last time out. But if anything, it shows that Barcelona are afraid of Chelsea. They are worried about them. James, her touch evades her there, escapes her, but Carter wins it back, playing it towards Lauren James, but that is overhit and it will find its way or roll off the end of the field. And out for a goal kick. But yeah, nothing to be considered today is the heat. It does look very hot. I'm not sure what the temperature is like in Barcelona at the moment, but it does look like a lot of the players are already flagging, especially for Chelsea. And so that attrition is going to come into it. You know, obviously Barcelona are acclimatised to this. But can Chelsea, by sitting deeper, just tire themselves out less because they're making Barcelona work? Equally, when you don't have the ball, you are naturally working harder than when you do have the ball. And well, Fucking made another error there, and she's caught out, and Barca coming forwards here for Bonmati. There's options right and left. She goes to Paralluelo. Paralluelo has a chance to set herself, blocked by Carter over the bar. But Barcelona carving Chelsea open way too easily there. It's Buchanan who jumps up onto the player, gets caught out of position, and it's messy, and then Bonmati's away. And she has options, as I say, left and right. Goes left to Paralluelo. She has a touch to set herself, then gets the shot away by that. By which point, Jess Carter has come across there and makes a crucial block. So a corner now for Barcelona. It'll be Caldente who will go and take it. Here we go. Ball into the box now, and it's cleared away by Cuthbert. Buchanan, it's a mess of headers. Hampton can't keep that off though. Can't keep that in play though. So that will be another corner. Hampton under no rush to get that ball back to the corner taker. So instead of playing it short and then crossing it in, it will just be a ball into the box here from Barcelona. Caroline Graham-Hansen, the one that will take it. Ball whipped in, and it's met by Chelsea head, and it's away. Canaride now looking to take players on. Gets past Bonmati. Bonmati will recover though, but Canaride holds onto the ball. Waiting for an option. Bonmati just holds her ground, stands firm, and wins the ball back out of play for a Chelsea throw. Chelsea though have matched Barca today, which is a really good sign. Barca having all the possession, but that's how Chelsea want to play today's game. Only 37% of the ball for the Blues, 63% for Barcelona. But that again, Chelsea's system today is not to hold on to the ball for ages. It's when they get the ball, it's to move it quickly and try and catch Barcelona out. And when they don't have the ball, it's to sit compact and narrow and make sure that Barcelona can't use the ball to their full advantage. Buchanan. Leopold. Now Charles. Back to Buchanan. And to Hampton now. Goes across to Carter. And down the line she's able to find Lauren James, who's dropped in, and she manages to win a throw. And that, again, just moves Chelsea up 5-10 yards. Carter. Leopold. James. Nice triangle there, and James will come inside. Knocks it across to Charles. Good football from Chelsea. Charles into James. James just waiting to take players on. She's always plays on the front foot, Lauren James. She's always looking to push that ball out of her feet and take players on. Cuthbert, nice give and Canarai with a nice give and go to Cuthbert. Cuthbert ball, bit overhit for Canarai to chase after. And Barcelona do recover it. Cole. Engen. Now Paredes, Batila. Batila changes the pass with Kira Walsh. Paredes, Engen. Ball inside now to Gallardo. Fridolino Rolfo. That ball goes back to the goalkeeper, Cole. Paredes. But Chelsea have done a good job so far, just slowing Barcelona down. Making sure they can't get any dangerous attacks away. Anyway, Barcelona coming forwards now. Caldente. Well, that wide is blocked and it falls to James. James holds on to it, but then she loses it. Barcelona just so many players around her there instantly. It's very difficult. And Chelsea don't have much width in their attack today. Here's Rolfo. Finds Caldente. Puts it into the box. Charles gets it away with the header. Batila. It's going to look to deliver this ball again. Headed away by Niamh Charles. And it drops onto the edge of the box again though. Gallardo. Bonmati. Trying to fashion a shot. And it's over the bar. But yeah, Barcelona just trying to place it into the corners. Trying to get a clear-cut opportunity away. Bonmati just taking aim. But not a great effort, in all honesty. Chelsea making it very difficult for Barcelona to get a clean shot away at goal. That is the game plan today for Chelsea. So far, they pulled it off. And, well, Hampton's ball out wide to Charles. Not a successful one. Over the head of Niamh Charles. And Chelsea lose the ball. Barcelona get us going again quickly. And now it's into Caldente. Bonmati. And that's a poor pass and James comes away with the ball. Has to wait for some support. Now plays it out wide. Ashley Lawrence. Lawrence. Give and go with Cuthbert. Sorry, with Nusken. Lawrence coming forwards now for Chelsea. Tries to play a ball forwards to Ramirez, but Ramirez not really alert to that ball going in there, and it will be Cole who can go over and get it. Rolfo. Barca just have time now. And they're just going to slow it down because the last few minutes they've tried to play a bit too quickly. Chelsea have won the ball hard at the field a few too many times. Just catching FC Barcelona a little bit napping. Ball out wide now with Fridolino Rolfo. Rolfo goes in behind and Paralluelo's in on goal. Chelsea cut open. Paralluelo tries to play it across. Wrong decision. Chelsea get away with on there. Buchanan just gets it out of play. Big chance. Huge chance goes begging for Barcelona there. The ball goes in behind. It's Charles who is ruling her onside. Well, Buchanan and Charles do their best to get back in. And actually, Buchanan movement did run Paralluelo wide because she didn't want to come across Buchanan there to come inside. So it did just move wide, and that's why she perhaps preferred the pass rather than the shot. Hampton. Charles heads it towards Lawrence. No idea why that was in the air for Charles. Lawrence unable to hold on to the ball. Charles headed it to her. It wasn't a great header, but why was it at her head? Caldente towards Paralluelo. Again, she's been dragged wide there by a slightly overhit pass. And Carter just standing her ground. Standing her up. And now they come away with the ball, Chelsea. Canarai fashions it to Ramirez, and she turns, and now she'll try and go. I don't think she has the beating of Engen, though. Engen knocks out of play. Chelsea throw. I mean, that's really good there from Ramirez. She holds up that ball, she turns her player, and she tries to get away. Now, the thing with Ramirez is you're not going to beat her in a physical battle. She'll nudge you off the ball. She'll wrestle you off the ball. The only way you do is if you foul her or you elbow her in the face if you're Maya Letitia. But Ramirez is not easy to stop. She does really well again there to hold off Engen. And again, they're isolating her up against Engen. Probably the weaker of the Barcelona centre-halves. Usually that would be Mireia Leon. But she's unavailable today. Engen starts, and that is something that Chelsea are looking to exploit in these early stages. Nusken gets fouled there. Chelsea free kick. They're looking to flat short. I'm surprised they don't look to fill the box. They will now look to fill the box. Indeed. So, maybe I should just wait. Vivian says, hi, I'm hoping for at least a draw. Same here. Welcome to the stream, Vivian, by the way. Good to see you, mate. But 24 minutes gone. I would more than happily take a 0-0 draw today. Obviously, I'd love a win. If we get a win, if we manage to beat Barcelona, I'll be elated. You'll see me jumping around the room, singing about Cat Macario. But Chelsea ball into the box, and it's not a clean contact with the ball from Neve Charles. Barcelona hook it clear for a throw. But to be honest, Chelsea have executed their game plan very well so far. Barcelona probably had the better chances. But Chelsea have done well, I think. Given their away, given Barcelona the better team on paper, I think Chelsea have done very well to be in the position they are in. Lauren James dropping in again to get involved in the play. Buchanan. Charles. Wants that wide option there of Lawrence, but she just wasn't there. And Hampton's going to go up the line and try and find Ashley Lawrence. Lawrence is in here. That's a really good ball from Hampton. Are there options for Lawrence? She cuts it back onto her left foot. Ball goes into the box. And while it doesn't beat the first player, and no one really in a Chelsea shirt was challenging it. Lawrence, though, does really well to try and win the ball back off Caroline Graham-Hanson, but she does then knock it out of play for a Barcelona throw-in on this near side. But yeah, really good stuff there. Hampton getting Lawrence in behind, in that wide left space. And yeah, Barcelona now with the throw. Put down well in there by Gallardo. Now it's Batila. Gallardo. Bonmati looks to switch the play. And Canaride on Fridolina Rolfo quickly, making sure she can't go up the line. So it's back now with Engen. Engen to Kira Walsh. Now Caldente. Paredes. Ball goes out wide and it's won back by Chelsea. But there was a foul in there. It's deemed a foul as Lawrence does make contact with Caroline Graham-Hanson. Play will be stopped for a moment. I'm not sure if Frappart wanted a word with there, but it seems that you wanted a word with Emma Hayes. I don't think Hayes is particularly having that's not a foul. Oh, okay. On second thought, she does catch her foot. But in the other angle, it didn't look like it. But that is a foul. Carter up against Paralawelo. Good physical battle. Here, ball just cushioned to Caldente. Gallardo. Caldente again. Great pressure from Leopolds. Cuthbert. It's messy for Chelsea, but it drops now for Charles, who hook it away. And Barcelona have to go and recover that ball. But I'll be honest, I don't think Chelsea could have asked for a much better start to this game. We're almost half an hour in now, and it's still 0-0, which is a really positive sign for Chelsea. Again, if Chelsea can score the first goal today, then they're in a really, really good position. And that's the big thing for Chelsea. Barcelona, they've had chances, but have they really looked like scoring? Not really. None of them are clear-cut opportunities. When Chelsea come forwards, it feels very much like they're one pass or one bit of fortune away from being in on goal. And for me, that's the key difference. And a bit messy there as the ref seems to get in the way of Gallardo and Cuthbert's battle there. And so she'll drop the ball for Barcelona to continue. Caldente, ball out wide to Rolfo. Rolfo back to Mariona Caldente. And now it's with Gallardo back towards Rolfo, but it will be Canaride that gets there. And she's ran herself into the corner here. But now she'll look to take on Caldente. Doesn't need to be doing that there. Rolfo. She's got away with one there, Canaride, because Rolfo could have just swung that ball into the box. Yeah, didn't need to be trying to take on Caldente there, if I'm honest. I've praised Canaride highly this season, and rightfully so. I mean, I know she's not a right wing back. but you've got to be sensible. Playing that different role today, and there's an offside there on Sao Paulo. Chelsea with a free kick. Yeah, I think Chelsea's done really well so far. They've executed their game plan perfectly. They're suffocating Barcelona when they have the ball. They are springing forwards quickly when Chelsea get possession. Now the ball over the top. And that's going to drop in midfield for Nusken, who'll cushion it to Cuthbert. Cuthbert now to Leopolds. She gives it to Charles. Charles into James. James just holding on to that ball and waiting for options. Tries to play a pass, loses the ball but wins it back. Fighting away for it, Lauren James down this left-hand side. Manages to hook a ball in there. Ramirez can't quite meet it in the air. And Barcelona managed to head it away from Cuthbert, who's coming onto the ball. Paralluelo now breaking through the Chelsea lines. It's messy, but it's really well dealt with. Really good stuff there from Canaride. I mean, Paralluelo will sit on the floor and complain, but that was phenomenal from Canaride to keep up with her there and to win the ball back cleanly. I'm from Zimbabwe. Wonderful to hear, Vivian. I'm glad you're enjoying the game today from Zimbabwe. And yeah, thank you for your support in today's stream. Buchanan. Buchanan seems to be the biggest issue so far. I mean, she played the ball to Hampton there in the air, which very much narrowed her options off because she has to bring it down in the air as a goalkeeper. And then there it was a bit messy. She tried to drive the ball out of defence. Now they're opting for the pass. James, Charles back to James. I really like Lauren James dropping in there. I think that she looks incredible in that role. Cuthbert. And this is exactly what I was saying in the build-up about Lauren James operating centrally and looking much more dangerous. She can drop in, get involved with the initial play, then get forwards, receive the ball in those half spaces. It very much feels like it's much as it's two up front. It's Ramirez as a central striker, and James either operating on the left or the right or behind her, however she wants. Bit of a free roll or free roam roll for James today. Ball into the box, that's into the side netting there. Caldente will claim it's a corner, but I don't think she's going to get any joy with those claims. Sorry, Chiara, not Caldente. Nice football, though. It was Paralluelo and Gallardo linking up. But, yeah, well watched there by Hampton. Letting that ball hit the side netting. Buchanan is going to give me an early heart attack if she keeps playing passes like that. Luckily, it was then a foul as Fridolina Rolfo won it off Canaride, but it struck her arm. Anyway, Chelsea free kick. Lauren James drops in to receive the ball. Now Buchanan. Charles. Again, Chelsea just a pass that doesn't really come off. And they come away with the ball. Nusken plays it through the lines. Ramirez is in for Chelsea. Myra Ramirez onside. Can she get a shot away? Let's run across the body. Drops it back. It's a strike. It's just past the far post. And in the end, there is an offside call in there, I think. Big chance of Chelsea. Ramirez. Chelsea win the ball high up the field here. Nusken plays it through. Ramirez is onside. At least that's what it looked like from where I'm looking. Onside. Then she plays it back. Melanie Leopold's just wide. So close. Good football from Chelsea. Very good football from Chelsea. Nusken. Here's Carter. Now back to Hannah Hampton. Hampton across to Buchanan. Buchanan into Charles. Charles plays it inside. And actually receives it back again from Leopolds. That ball goes forward. Ramirez tries to keep it going, and now it's James, and there's a foul in there. It's Dean. That is so soft from the referee. So soft. Paredes needs no encouragement to go down, saying we've got to be wary of that. That's pathetic. She's just thrown herself on the floor and won a free kick. Ridiculous. And she's made it look like a tangle of legs, but she's just chucked herself on the floor there because she realised Chelsea were in. Chelsea had a 2-on-1 situation there. Very frustrating to see. Because there's no contact. There's barely any contact, sorry, if any, in there. And Paredes throws herself to the floor almost comically. Chelsea looked to break away, but yeah, Chelsea have done very well so far at limiting Barcelona and then creating chances of their own. Charles goes down the line. There's a header in there. It's a bit messy, and it comes out for a Barcelona throw. On this near side again. Just is a contest down this touchline. Down the near touchline, really, at the moment. Neither side able to get a stranglehold on the game, to get the foot on the ball and control it, but Chelsea come away with it here. Leopold's driving it forwards, plays it in behind. Ramirez is definitely onside here. She's got some support. If she can pick it out. Here's James. Lauren James for Chelsea. Huge block from Paredes. Chelsea corner, but they're ramping up the pressure now. They're making Barcelona think in this game. That's the crucial thing. That's the crucial thing today for Chelsea. Can they put the pressure on Barcelona? Can they prove that they're in this fight? And so far they are. Both sides. I mean, it doesn't look like there's I couldn't call a better team so far. It's not like Barcelona had loads of shots and Chelsea are lucky to still be in the game. At all. Barca haven't had a load of efforts. And Chelsea now with a corner. Can they make something happen from it? Cuthbert, that's too close to the goalkeeper. And unsurprisingly, Cole has no issues. Catalina Cole claiming that one, plucking out of the air. And it's deemed to be fouled anyway by Khadija Brecker. For good measure. That's not a foul. It feels like... But what I'm... understand from Barcelona starting to throw themselves on the floor is that they're frustrated. They are frustrated and they are worried. They keep losing the ball. They keep losing the physical battle. They throw themselves on the floor and they win a free kick. Now, obviously, they know they can do that. Frappart seems to be reffing this game a little bit carefully. It's a safe final. She doesn't want to give anyone anything that she doesn't want to give an easy chance away when there could be a foul in there, stuff like that. She's playing it safely. But there's some really soft fouls in there that have been given so far. Alex Sinclair says we're definitely growing into this game. I couldn't agree more. I feel that we've... I think that categorises exactly what we've done well so far. Is that ability to not be phased and now Chelsea with that ball towards Lauren James. Canaride against Rolfo. Canaride wins it high up the field. It's going to fall for Engen though. Canaride keeps pressuring her, but then the ball does go out wide to Rolfo. Again, Chelsea will double up on her in this corner. Rolfo, Canaride just chasing after him. Like a dog without a bone there, Canaride. Just will not give it up. And Carter winning it off Paralluelo. It's a bit messy here. And then she gets stuck in again there, Jess Carter. Wonderful stuff. Comes out for a Barcelona throw-in. But Chelsea are here to play today. They've got that spirit in them, which has been missing, I think, for Chelsea recently. But they're disrupting Barca. They're jumping on them. They want to be involved today. They want to be the first every ball. That's a brilliant challenge. Brilliant tackle from Jess Carter. It feels like we've got the Jess Carter back that we saw a few years ago. One that's been missing this season a bit. That looked a bit shaky, but she's looked strong. She's looked really, really strong. She's made some good tackles. She's been keen to get forward and go and chase that ball. And I think the back three definitely helps her with that. Because she can do that. She can see a ball, go and pounce on it, and Chelsea not be completely caught out. Ball in behind now for Canaride. Canaride up against Rolfo. And Joanna Wrighton-Canaride will be the player that gets there. Can she pick out a teammate? Ramirez on the edge of the box. Holds on to the ball. Now they'll try and work it round. Lauren James takes aim. It's blocked. Header up in the air from Batilla. Unchallenged is Caroline Graham-Hanson. But Chelsea will shield the ball there. Get it to Leopolds. Leopolds not exactly sure what she tries to do with it, but now she fights Batilla for it. Ball comes off of Leopold's and out for a goal kick. But Chelsea, it's that spirit again. They're fighting for every ball. That's what I love to see. the intensity of Chelsea at the moment. Catalina Cole. The ball goes out to her, and that's poor. And now here come Chelsea. Charles. Ball towards Ramirez. Now here is Ashley Lawrence. Lawrence, Cuthbert, Nusken holds on to it well. Tries to fashion opportunity. Erin Cuthbert, can she get a clean shot on goal? She can! It's a goal! I'm sorry, I'm going to be biased. Erin Cuthbert for Chelsea. Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. Wonderful from Erin Cuthbert. Wow. Huge moment in today's game. Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. Cuthbert with a perler. She just takes that ball. She keeps looking for the space and she finds that top corner. Brilliant from Cuthbert. Brilliant for Chelsea. Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. Captain Cuthbert with the goal. And this all comes from Chelsea's intensity. It's that desperation to get the ball. It drops in midfield. Nusken doesn't give up on it. She's trying to fashion a chance. Cuthbert takes it round Engen, steadies herself, takes the shot. Cole left with no chance. An outstretched arm is not enough to get there. Wonderfully finished by Erin Cuthbert. Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. A brilliant performance today so far for the Blues. That goal coming from merit. Brilliant. Brilliant football from Chelsea. Wonderfully worked goal. And it's Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. Huge moment in this tie. And if Chelsea can hold on today, that puts them in an incredible position. An incredible position. Going into the second leg at Stamford Bridge. Is this Chelsea's year? 40 minutes play. Chelsea lead Barcelona by a goal to nil. Harry in chat saying, I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. I would, just to see Chelsea play and to see Erin Cuthbert score. What a player. And it's so brilliant to see a player who bleeds blue. Erin Cuthbert gives her all on the pitch every single minute for Chelsea. And merited that goal. And to be fair, that goal is the most Erin Cuthbert thing I've ever seen. Loads of players pressing to win the ball back. They win it back up the pitch and she spanks it in the back of the net. But now Chelsea under a bit of pressure from Barcelona. Poor touch from Batila. And that will mean Chelsea get away with it. They're under a bit of pressure there. But again, they're dealing with it at the moment. Chelsea playing some really good football. And causing issues. Causing a lot of issues for Barcelona. Neve Charles. Throw in goes towards Ramirez. Ramirez manages to bring it down well. It's then poked away from her. And now Barcelona coming forwards. Caldente. Carter will get in there. It's messily dealt with. Drops now for Caroline Graham-Hansen. Ball into the box. Buchanan deals with it. Nusken hooks it clear. And James is going to go over and give it chase. It's dropping in midfield. And neither side able to get a stranglehold on the ball. Chelsea do send it back up in the air. Canaride can't quite bring it down. And Barcelona have the ball back with their defenders now. Paredes. That game has now gone up a notch. Barca are annoyed they've conceded. And they're now coming forwards a bit more. They've turned up their intensity. They're trying to match Chelsea's level. Because Chelsea are in the better side here. Chelsea have wanted this game more than Barcelona have. And that's the difference. And to be fair, I've criticised her in the last few weeks. I think she got tactically wrong against Barcelona, against Arsenal. I think she got tactically wrong on. To be fair, United's not really her fault. Don't know really what she can do to stop Perisic making errors and us being unable to defend in the air. But this game has been it's been incredible. Brilliant job from Emma Hayes so far. We switched to a 5-3-2. We look brilliant. There's no other way to put it. We look incredible. We've stopped Barcelona's every attack. I mean, we've sprung forwards well on the counter. We're pressing with intensity. Chelsea want this today, and that's why Chelsea lead by a goal to nil with 3 minutes until the half plus additional time. Chelsea in a really good position. Here is Kira Walsh. Finds Caldente, but again, Chelsea can't allow complacency to creep in today. The performance has to be disciplined, regimented, and intense from minute 1 to minute 90, or however many additional minutes they play. Chelsea have to be on their A game today. Barca won't drop that level, so Chelsea have to be on it at every moment of this game. But here's a repeat of that goal. The goal that will live in Chelsea fans' memory if this is to be the goal that gets us through this tie potentially. Brilliant stuff from Cuthbert. Well worked as she just found a pocket of space to get a clean shot on goal and then fired it home past Catalina Cole. Now Barcelona's trying to come forwards. They are not happy with their current situation. Here's Charles. Lawrence, and they're coming down this left-hand side. Chelsea, Ashley Lawrence. Ball inside. Poor stuff there from Nuskin. The pass back to Leopolds wasn't crisp, but then Buchanan does well to win the ball back. And it's back now with Hannah Hampton. Plays it long. And there's no target to that, but that's exactly what Chelsea want. Because that's killed 20 seconds. Because by the time they've got this ball back towards the halfway line, Chelsea are in shape. Chelsea have had a moment just to get their breath while Barcelona are running back to go and get the ball. That's exactly what they want to see. Or in that case, Catalina Cole was running forward to come and claim the ball. Just gives them a momentary rest there. Knocking the ball into an area where Barca can't really cause any issues in their own corner. Buchanan. Again, just smashing it forwards. Chelsea will see out this half now. Every time Chelsea get the ball, long. Well, diagonal. Just hit the wings. Get that ball as far away from goal as possible. Give a momentary respite for the players. Here's Batila. The big question mark for me is whether this intensity for Chelsea is sustainable. Can they keep pressing like this? Can they stay in this shape for the full game? Can they remain this disciplined and compact? 1 minute of additional time in this half. It's not a whole lot of time. Understandably so, there's not been many stoppages at all, really. Here is Kira Walsh. The ball goes out wide to Caldente. Back towards Walsh. Picked up on though by James. Canarai tries to clear it. Clears it into Kira Walsh. And she'll see it out for a throw despite Walsh and her chasing after it. So Chelsea 20 seconds to hold on to in this first half. And they'll be hoping they can just get into the break, hold this 1-0 lead and see what's get into the break. Emma Hayes with a couple of words for a bit of motivation and then come out with the second half with renewed energy and enthusiasm. Here's Charles on this left-hand side. And again, it's just simple pass at the end of this half. And there we go. Half-time here in Barcelona. Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. A first half played tactically very well by Emma Hayes' Chelsea. And they find themselves at the break with a goal advantage through Erin Cuthbert. A wonderfully worked goal. And you can see the Barcelona players, they're coming off the pitch. They look tired. They look frustrated. Chelsea seemingly rejoicing after that first half. They look the happier team because they've worked hard and they've come away with a 1-0 merited lead because they've worked so hard. Out of possession especially. The players look tired, don't get me wrong, but they look happy to be tired because they're tired because they've put that work ethic in. And they've got in front, they've got to every ball, they've stopped Barcelona causing any real issues so far. And the one thing I really like there as well is the Chelsea bench, the players on the Chelsea bench there, immediately, they come off the bench and they're there ready to high-five every player coming off the field. It's that sort of togetherness that can get Chelsea the win over Barcelona today. Whereas Barcelona players, their heads were down as they marched into the tunnel. They did not look happy at all. And I imagine Growlers are going to be grilling them because they've not been sharp enough today and they've conceded. Barcelona aren't used to losing. They don't know how to handle this situation. Chelsea have played this perfectly so far. That's why they're in the position they are. And quite frankly, they are now 45 minutes Chelsea away from taking a 1-0 lead into the second leg, the home leg. That's a really good position to be in for Chelsea. Because ultimately, I think everyone viewed this as the more difficult leg. I think a lot of people were talking about damage control. We said it in the beginning of the show, actually. We spoke about the damage control, how Chelsea are going to look to try and not concede today. And then maybe look to score at some point in the game. But ultimately, the game plan would be to not concede. I mean, I even said I'd be happy with a 0-0 and wouldn't be disheartened by a 1-0 loss. Or a loss by a 1 goal margin. But now we're in a really strong position. Now we're 1-0 up. And for Chelsea, it's about consolidating that. If we can get a second goal, we go and get it. But of course, the prerogative still remains. Don't let Barcelona score. Because quite frankly, to put it simply and to put it bluntly, if Barcelona don't score in the second half, Chelsea win. And I know that sounds very obvious, but that's the point now for Chelsea, is that it's no longer a matter of, we've got to hold Barcelona off and we've got to get forward and get a goal at some point. It's, if we hold Barcelona off, we take the game back to Stamford Bridge with a 1-0 lead. And for Chelsea, that's a really good incentive for this second half. All they've got to do, I know I'm oversimplifying a little bit, but all they've got to do is stop Barcelona scoring. And they'll find themselves in a really strong position going into the second leg next week. But yeah. Annabelle Pizarro, unfortunately I don't speak Spanish. If anyone in chat can translate the message, feel free to do so. Unfortunately I don't speak Spanish, but welcome to the stream regardless. And if you are a fan of Barcelona or Chelsea, get involved in the chat. Give your thoughts. Again, I am a Chelsea fan. I did celebrate the goal. I'm going to celebrate goals. Going to be honest, that's going to happen. But I will try and remain neutral in my analysis of the game, because I think that's the only way to really be fair. But yeah, I think that we find ourselves in a position, Chelsea, where we've done really well in the first 45 minutes, and we've got 45 minutes now where if we find the same level of performance, and if Barcelona don't up it, we will get through the second half. But what we've got to remember is Barcelona can always find another level, whether that's the players on the field now, whether they make changes. I mean, we know the strength and depth they've got today. I mean, Alexia Putellas didn't even start for Barcelona today. That says it all about how strong this Barcelona side is. They couldn't find a place for a former Ballon d'Or winner. Let's not forget, a former Ballon d'Or winner. They've got her on the bench. They've got Esme Bruggs they could bring on. They could look at Pina. There's so many options for Barcelona today. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a change at half time, because they will be annoyed by that first half. You know, this is their home leg. The thing that benefited them last year was that they did exactly what Chelsea are doing today. They went away and they got a 1-0 win. And then, despite the fact maybe the opposition could have got a few goals, and then at home, all they had to do was see it out. And they could, because it was the home leg. Chelsea now doing the opposite, putting the shoe on the other foot. They are the team in this away leg, who've taken that 1-0 advantage in the first leg, and now, if they can hold on for 45 minutes, exactly like Barcelona did a year ago away from home, they'll find themselves with one job to do next Saturday, and that is to just see the game out. Try and get a goal early in the game. I mean, the message, if Chelsea can hold on today to a 1-0 win, the message next week will undoubtedly be, 0-0, keep it, that's what the scoreline is. Don't think of the game as a 1-0 win. And I think that will even be the message at half-time now from Emma Hayes, is this is 0-0. Not 1-0, 0-0. And the difference is, at 0-0, you can't afford to concede, because obviously then you lose. That's what Chelsea players need to have in their minds, that it's 0-0 and you can't concede or you lose. And if they want to win the game, they've got to go out and get that goal. Because if Chelsea do win this game 2-0, then I see us as favourites for the second leg. And therefore favourites to get into the Champions League final. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to mislead people in chat going, we're through, we've won it all. But if Chelsea can do what they have been doing in that first half, they'll see it out. Thank you, Harry, for the translation, saying, a slow Barcelona against a Chelsea side that has nothing, but this is what football is, opportunities and taking advantage of them. I think that's an interesting message to say that Chelsea have nothing. I wouldn't agree with that at all. I think actually the best representation of this actually came in the Champions League quarter-final in the week, in the men's game. Real Madrid in that game were not the better team, but that's not what football is. Football isn't played on a spreadsheet. Football's played on the pitch. And in today's game, Barcelona might have come forward a few more times. I mean, I'm going to have a look at the stats to see whether they display the thing. To be fair, Barcelona had 68% of the possession. That's the only thing you could look at that's overwhelmingly positive for Barcelona. Because of that 68% possession, and obviously then Chelsea have only had 32%. I mean, that's hugely more. Obviously, it looks like they've dominated the game, but they've only had 4 shots to Chelsea's 3. So it's not like Barcelona are barraging Chelsea with attacks and they just haven't been able to find a goal and they've been unlucky in this game. It's almost the opposite. They've been, they've had all the ball, of course, but they've not got forwards. They've not got into those positions. And when they have had the ball, they've been suffocated by Chelsea into going into bad areas, into going into poor positions where they haven't been able to get the ball in. And actually, I think at times Barca have been a bit too precise. Sometimes you've just got to take a shot. Barca aren't doing that so far. They've only had 3 shots. And they've not had one on target yet. That's the key difference. You can't score if you don't shoot on target. Like, Hannah Hampton's not had anything to do today. not a single shot on target for Barcelona in that first half. So I don't think you can really put this first half down to luck as much as you can Barcelona's inefficiency in front of goal. I think, you look at the passes, 303 to 132, but the accuracy is very similar 88% to 80%. So it's not that Chelsea keep giving the ball away, it's that they don't really want to have it. So when they do get the ball, they can play football. But they're more than happy to let Barcelona sit in their half, knock the ball between them and go nowhere, which is what they've done so far, really. The action zones show that Barcelona played a lot of their football in their own half. In fact, more of their passes, 162, have been in their own half than in the opposition half. And you can't play football, you can't win games in your own half unless you're going to break. I mean, Chelsea have had 98 passes in their own half, only 34 in the opposition half, because when they get the ball in the opposition half, they play it quickly, they get into really good position, they work it into good areas, and they score goals. 34 passes is all it took in that opposition half. And when you think about the Chelsea goal, it was pressing Barcelona high. It was that intensity to win that first ball. And then the ball comes out and they win that second ball. And then they give it to Nuskin and she manages to work it across to Cuthbert, who then finishes. That's the difference. But yeah, I think it's been very interesting. For Barcelona as well, 15 touches in the opposition box and to only have 4 shots and none of them on target, that says it all for me. The fact they haven't been able to get shots away today. You can't score if you don't get shots away. You can't score if you don't get shots on target away. That is, for me, the key difference. So obviously we can look at the fact that Barca have had all of the ball, but the simple fact is they haven't had a shot on target. But yeah. Anyway. CM says, late to the match, been busy. Blimey, have Chelsea been great or Barca bad, or a bit of both, says CM. I think it would be remiss of me to sort of simplify the game to Chelsea good, Barca bad. It's very complex because it very much depends on how you view football. If you think that a very defensive system that's successful is boring and fortunate, then you'll probably think that Barcelona have played the better football because they've been the more possession based. They are a possession based side. They've been the more attacking side in the sense that they've come forwards more. But Barca haven't had a shot on target yet. Barcelona haven't. They've only registered 4 shots in general. Chelsea have had 3 shots. One of them went in the back of the net from Aaron Cuthbert just after 30 minutes. So just before 40 minutes, I think, actually. But it's just it's very dependent on how you view football. But personally, I think that I would say Chelsea played very, very well because they've executed their game plan excellently. They've executed it to perfection. The reason Barcelona look bad is because Chelsea have executed their game plan. Chelsea's game plan is to make Barcelona look bad. But Barcelona hasn't necessarily played bad. They just haven't been able to get shots away on goal because Chelsea have set up in a way that makes it very difficult for Barcelona to play how they want to play. And then they've exploited Barcelona's weaknesses, which are on the counter-attack. Barcelona are a possession-based side that set up very high, but the rest defence isn't prepared for a Chelsea team who can flood numbers forwards. And when your wing-backs are Ever Perisse and Ashley Lawrence, who are by nature wingers, or, well, I guess Lawrence can play both roles, but have that traditional winger aspect to their game, they could break really quickly. And we've seen at times Chelsea press 5 players forward, and they're getting really high up the field. And when you've got Nuskin, James, Ramirez as that front 3, and then you've got Canaride and Lawrence pushing up, and you've got Cuthbert in midfield, who presses like crazy. She's like a dog. I think I described in that first half or commentating. She's like a dog without that bone who wants to go and get it. She doesn't give up. She's relentless in there. Just keeps chasing it until she gets that ball back. And Nuskin in there as well, who's linked the play up really well. Chelsea have done really well. Chelsea have done really, really well in how they've managed to remain really tight, really narrow, really compact in defensive areas, and then explode when they get the ball. And suddenly that game comes to life for them. And they do that through a multitude of different ways. You've got the fact they can play it long into Mayra Ramirez. She's really good at holding up the ball and bringing others into play, and that's how they've managed to cause issues a few times in this game. And I feel that but Barcelona perhaps only have one option. Maybe they are a little bit one-dimensional in that they don't have many different ways they can come forwards. They have to play these short passes and work you and break you down. And obviously that's very successful. They've not lost a single game since May of 2022. But ultimately, Chelsea have dealt with that issue so far. And and Chelsea have had loads of different options. Chelsea can play it short. Chelsea can play it long. They've got that variety in there that perhaps Barcelona just don't have. And actually, with how deep Chelsea is sitting, but if Barcelona go long, it's going off the end of the pitch. So I think Chelsea have done really well to limit Barcelona so far. And even when they did get in with Salma Paralluelo, she didn't get a shot away. She tried to play it across and it didn't work out. But that was really good defending from Buchanan just to see her out wide after she was initially caught out. I think that this 3-back for Chelsea is working really well. And when they sit deep in a 5, they've been really narrow and very compact and limited those balls coming into the box and limited shots from the edge of the area, which I think has worked very, very well. And well, I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Chelsea lead this game by 1-0, and for me, that's a merited lead. But yeah, I agree. By the way, with Chelsea fan in chat, I would take a boring 1-0 win. Absolutely. I mean, I said in the intro I'd take 0-0 today, and I think if we did go on to concede in the second half, but we still see this game out as 1-0, I would take that. Even if we lose 2-1, I wouldn't be disheartened going into the second leg. But now that we've got that lead, it feels like there is, I don't know, extra motivation, a bit more positivity and confidence that Chelsea could actually win today. Maybe Chelsea could actually come away with a win from the away leg. Mr. Big Pierce says we should now involve Lauren James more into the game. Yeah, Lauren's been a little quiet again, I have to say. But ultimately, Chelsea's football's been played around her, and I don't think that's necessarily a terrible thing. And I think that what James has done today is that she's nailed the stuff that perhaps doesn't get noticed as much. You know, the way she's dropped in, received the ball with her back to players, and I've managed to change the way Chelsea are building up from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. We've seen that a few times where she drops in at that right-back role and then dribbles across the pitch or plays that diagonal ball into Niamh Charles or Ashley Lawrence, and then we change how we look in possession. We move up the pitch a bit. Or she takes that ball, she sits on it, waits for the Barcelona player to get distracted. Because the longer you wait, more the players are moving around you and the space opens up. And then she turns. And she makes a sudden quick change of direction. She bursts forward. And that gets Chelsea up 5-10 yards. But obviously that doesn't score goals. But it is something that Lauren James has been doing today that's really positive and actually contribute massively to how Chelsea have been able to get out of those defensive areas. Is bringing Lauren James in deeper into the role, getting her in a deep areas. And then that's how Chelsea have been able to build out and play out. Second half about to get underway here, though. Very little warning from the players. We cut back from the ad break and we're into the game. So, yeah. Chelsea will be the team to get us started for this second half. Once ball goes back and we are underway in this second 45. Barcelona down by a goal still in the second half. Can they hit back and rescue this? Or will Chelsea lead heading into the second leg at Stamford Bridge? That remains to be seen over the next 45 minutes. Make sure to join us or join me for all of it as we'll find out, well, who takes the lead going into the second leg on next Saturday. But yeah, Catalina Cole comes out and collects the ball. Now it goes into Engen. Gallardo round the corner. And here's Salma Paralluelo. Nice turn. Finds Kira Walsh. Walsh tries to play the ball through the lines, but it's picked up on by Canaride. She'll go back to her goalkeeper, and Chelsea can settle in possession. Hannah Hampton. Lifts it out wide. James tries to cushion a header to Cuthbert, but hasn't come off. I think Barcelona were in offside position there. Paralluelo coming forwards now. Ball goes into the box. Header at the back post. Drops for Aitana Bonmati. Blocked well by Buchanan. Blocked again by Niamh Charles. And now the flag does go up. But yeah, so that does indicate VAR is in use today. Didn't have any idea whether it was or not earlier. But the fact they are holding that flag does show that VAR must be in use. But yeah, really good block there from Buchanan. Really good block from Charles. And yeah, Chelsea did well there. Obviously it was offside anyway, but Chelsea did well to deal with that attack from Barcelona. And a sign of Barcelona that subs may be coming on soon. A couple of players out to warm up. Lucy Bronze and Alexia Putas among them. I wouldn't be surprised to see them one of those involved today, or both of them involved at some point today. Don't think Batila's had a particularly good game. And I do think Barcelona are missing something in midfield that Alexia Putellas is always going to add. She's a brilliant, brilliant footballer. Here's Jess Carter. Knocks the ball up the line. And it's brought down, but not well there by Engen. Perhaps panicking. Well, she didn't need to get a touch on that ball. But that's how Barcelona have been today. They've been a little bit jittery. And Chelsea now can work this line with a throw-in high up the... Well, in their own half, but close to being in Barcelona's half. Jess Carter finds Cuthbert, who's unmarked in the midfield. Now Buchanan, and Lawrence is in acres. If she can pick her out. Does find Ashley Lawrence. Lawrence waiting for someone to make that run beyond. But either way, just by crawling up the touchline there, Chelsea find themselves in a higher position. Buchanan. Carter. Ball goes out wide into Canaride, who's dropped in, and now James. Brilliant dribbling from James there, just trying to find a pocket of space. And she shields the ball so well there that it doesn't matter if she takes the wrong turn, because she's not going to lose the ball. Anna Hampton. And Lawrence there brings that down well. Tries to play. Nuskin should have just gone first time into Ramirez. But Paredes, for some reason, knocks that out of play. Not exactly sure why. And they're just holding on to it to try and allow Barcelona just to drop into space. Drop into shape, sorry. And so Chelsea's throw in. Neve Charles will cut the pitch to take it. Goes into Leopolds. Finds Lawrence down the line. Lawrence trying to find someone to give and go with, but it doesn't come off. Charles plays it through to Leopolds. Leopolds holds on to it too long, but it drops to Lauren James. James out wide to Canaride. Chance for Chelsea. Cuthbert makes the run beyond. Canaride comes inside, tries to get shot away. Good dribbling, but Paredes makes the important challenge. One back by James. Leopolds. Lawrence for Chelsea. Cuts inside, takes aim, and it's down the throat of Catalina Cole. But this is why Chelsea have been so good. It's that intensity. Even when we lose the ball there, we win it back immediately with the press. We stay high and we win that ball. And if it was a better effort from Ashley Lawrence, we may have found ourselves 2-0 up in this game. Harry says, if we take this back to the bridge next week, I'm fairly confident. Yeah, I am as well. 1-0, I'd be confident we can see that out. If it was 2-0, I'd be over the moon. 3-0, 4-0, we're getting into dreamland. But let's keep our heads on the ground at the moment. And Chelsea out there on the pitch have got to act like we're 0-0. We can't think, oh, we're 1-0 up, we've just got to see this out. We've got to think it's 0-0, and we can't afford to concede. That crucial difference, or distinction, will make the difference. Because the difference between going, oh, we're 1-0, you've got a little bit of insurance there, and going, it's 0-0, we actually just can't concede. But yeah, Canara tries to win it back. Here is Bonmati, Kira Walsh. Ramirez wins it back. It's another call for a foul there. I feel that Frappart's given so many soft ones. I think it is just Ramirez's size that whenever she goes near someone, Frappart's just scared for him and gives a free kick immediately. Ball goes into the box, headed away by Buchanan. And a good header as well, just to get it away. Here's Patrick Guerrero, and it's blocked. And there's a claim for a hand, and they point to the spot. And that is so frustrating. So frustrating. The first time Barcelona just take a shot today, and it strikes the arm of Buchanan by the looks of it. I mean, it's close to her body there, so it's really frustrating. It looked like it was close to her body. But we'll see. And there's going to be a conversation as to whether Paralluelo is interfering with the play as well from an offside position. Yeah, that's annoying. Her arm is outstretched as well. I think this is going to get given, isn't it? Typical. Really typical, this. I mean, I feel that Paralluelo being behind it definitely has an impact. Because Buchanan's pretty much falling over as it hits her arm, but it's been given, and now we need a big save from Hannah Hampton. Barcelona Well, they're somewhat fortunate to be in this position, but they have got a chance from 12 yards to level up the tie. Caldente. Can Hannah Hampton stop her? Frappart. Making sure everyone is in the right position. Caldente from 12 yards. No idea what the hold-up here is. What is going on? She's just telling Caldente to wait. Is there a VAR check here, potentially? Yes, there is a VAR check. That is what we love to see. I think this should not be given. And now you might think I'm just biased, but Paralluelo has an impact on Buchanan there, and Paralluelo is in an offside position. By the rules, for me, that shouldn't be a penalty. But I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but in my opinion, as is my understanding, Paralluelo interferes with play from an offside position, which causes Buchanan to fall over. I mean, also, the impact this is going to have on Gallardo, because she was ready to take the penalty, then the VAR call comes in, and they say, pause it, don't take the penalty. That Bonmati's in an offside position here. So that is guaranteed. She is offside, and sorry, not Bonmati, Paralluelo. She interferes with the play. For me, that should not be a penalty. Because Buchanan doesn't fall over and it doesn't hit her arm if Paralluelo isn't interfering there. And she's got a hand on her there. That you could even make the claim there's a foul on Buchanan. Yeah, I don't think this should be given. But we'll see. Frappart has consulted the VAR. Will this be a penalty? Check complete. And the verdict is no penalty for offside. That's a great decision from Frappart. She's got those few small ones wrong there. With the assistance of VAR, she has nailed that. Absolutely nailed that. And Barcelona fans will complain because, there's a handball in there. But ultimately, they didn't deserve that. And within the rules, Paralluelo is offside. She interferes with the play. And that's why it strikes the arm of Khadijah Buchanan. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Brilliant call. Brilliant call from Frappart and the VAR team there. And that is the kind of work we want to see from VAR across both the men's and the women's game. That was efficient. It was well thought out. Didn't take too long. And they got the right call. But now Barca are coming forward with a renewed sense of frustration. Hannah Hampton will come out and collect it, just waiting for Paralluelo's press, and then she'll gather it. But yeah, I think that's a great call. I think it's a really good call from Frappart. So Chelsea lead this game by a goal to nil. Barcelona, a penalty call denied there by VAR. Ball goes long from Hannah Hampton. Ramirez tries to flick it on. Ashley Lawrence. And here's Cuthbert. Cuthbert has to go all the way back to her goalkeeper now, Hampton. Now it's with Buchanan. Ball goes in behind. Lawrence brings it under her control. Trying to take on Ona Batila here. Just doesn't have the physicality, but she is forcing her back. Paredes. Ramirez there frustrated because she wants to press, but there's no one behind her, so there's not really much. And there's no point there for her to press. Paralluelo. And it's poor passing from Chelsea. And they're almost coming with the ball in there. And again, it's that intensity. And either way, it's forcing Barcelona back. And suddenly we find ourselves in a position 10 minutes down in this first half. Chelsea can tick off that first 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes out the way. Barca now have just 34 minutes to complete some sort of comeback in this game. If not, we'll go to Stamford Bridge on Saturday with Chelsea with a 1-0 lead. And ultimately, that could prove pivotal. Caroline Graham-Hanson driving inside here, looking dangerous. Manages with her outside the boot to knock it out wide to Fridolina Rolfo. Rolfo to Paraluelo. Paraluelo takes aim, blocked well by Carter. She goes down after it struck her head. And so that will be a Chelsea. I mean, that would be a stoppage because it's hit her in the head. And that is a head injury. But yeah, it took her. I mean, she turned there, so it hit her actually sort of that back part of the head. But yeah, took an absolute cannon of an effort from Paraluelo to the skull. Understandably, feeling a little bit. Feeling the pain in the aftermath. But yeah. Barca fans still remain spirited. The Barca players here frustrated because they want possession of the ball. Which is understandable, but equally, it's in Chelsea's box. So Chelsea using this as well as an opportunity just to take a moment, get back into a huddle and well, just sort of assess that first 10 minutes of the half. Good stuff, though. By the way, the poll in chat, 55% Barcelona, 41% Chelsea, 4% going for a draw. So that Chelsea percentage just started to creep up. People believing Chelsea could get this over the line here. And also, big moment in this game. Warming up is Alexia Putellas. Barcelona want a change in this game. They're bringing on a former Ballon d'Or winner and one of the best players in the world to try and change this match. And for Chelsea, it's about how do you deal with that renewed threat. And for Barcelona, it's can she have an impact? For Putellas, can she come on and show why she should have started? Yeah, Carter will, of course, have to go off momentarily. And it will be Hannah Hampton who gets the ball. Much to Barcelona's frustration. And for Chelsea, a change as well. Kat Macario is being ready to come on. She imagines she'll just go into the front two for Chelsea. As for who should come on, you'd have to imagine it's for Lauren James, right? Potentially Shoka Nusken, but I feel like Nusken's has played a bit. You know, it's been a front three at times. It's also been a midfield threat at times. So you need someone in there that's going to play both roles. That isn't Shoka. That isn't Kat Macario. Ramirez got caught there in the tackle by Engen and does seem to be in some discomfort now, and Carter just knocks out of play. This is worrying, of course. Hopefully it's just a little bit of pain after the contact, but Engen there, yeah, just catching her on the top of the foot. But she is all right to continue. Doesn't need treatment. Geraldes is annoyed. Not really sure why. Well, probably because he's losing. But complaining to the fourth official there. Sounds like someone else I know. Anyway. The other side of Ireland is not here today. Here is Lauren James. Cuthbert. And James goes back to Buchanan. Now Carter, it's slightly overhit, but she does well there to see off the challenge of Aitana Bonmati. And now Chelsea can come forwards. Ashley Lawrence just going to drive this up the left-hand side. Patila trying to stop her, but she can't. Brilliant stuff from Lawrence. She's got Chelsea into Barcelona's third and now a Chelsea throw. Excellent stuff. So Harry says, only just realised Bright was back on the bench. What a huge addition for the end of the campaign. Yeah, we spoke about this at the start. Brilliant to see her back amongst the substitutes today, and hopefully she'll be back for the second leg, potentially. We'll see. Ramirez goes down the box. There's a claim for a penalty not given immediately by Frappart, but you'd imagine VAR will have a look. And this will really boil Barcelona's piss if I mean, again, they knock it out of play because there's a foul in the box and Frappart is telling them to wait. Is VAR going to have a look at this? There is a check. So Ramirez holds on to the ball. Ah, that's a pen. That is a penalty for me. Paredes is all over her. And then she misses the ball and kicks her. That's a penalty. For me, that is a penalty. So we are having a check here. A potential penalty for Chelsea. Not given. Oh, no, wait. No idea. Salsa Barcelona. I don't think it's a penalty. Unfortunately. For me, it looked like one. But maybe they deemed that Ramirez went down a bit too softly. But I don't know why they didn't even get Frappart to go and have a look at the screen. So a double change for Barcelona. It's Engen off. And Putellas on. And then Bronze coming on as well. I don't think they're just taking off a centre-half and sticking a attacking midfielder there. But no, they are. They're not putting Putellas at centre-half, but they are going to change shape. So Bronze on for Batila. And they're going to go to a 3-5-2. But they don't have any wing-backs. It's just attacking players. And that makes Chelsea's job at pressing really high even easier because there's more space for them to exploit. Cuthbert, Ramirez. Still fighting way for the ball. Maya Ramirez breaking into the box now. Can she find a pass across to Leopolds? Leopolds to Nusken. Ball towards Canary at the back post. Touches it down. Lauren James shot, but it's just wide. I think Canary had to shoot there. Go across goal. But close for Chelsea. Alex Sinclair says, how is that not a pen? And Harris says, seems like a dodgy one. I think, yeah, that seems to me like a classic case of the fact they've just given... The fact they didn't give Barcelona one, they now don't want to give one to Chelsea. But that looked like a penalty to me. So I'm not exactly sure why not. Why that isn't given. But as Lauren James is pointing out to Canary there, look up. Could have had a shot. Big chance for Chelsea goes begging. But yeah, Chelsea are playing the better stuff. And Barcelona now are going for the game. They don't have a back four anymore. They've got 3 defenders on the pitch. That is it. Because, I mean, I know. They are. So Gallardo's dropped into the back line. So it is still a back four. Rolfos is really high. So yeah, they are going attacking though in this game. I mean, Gallardo's not a centre half, is she? So that's a call. But yeah. Paredes. Ball across and it's picked up by Joanna Wright in Canaride. And she tries to play it first time into Ramirez, but it's not going to come off. Paredes. And Chelsea will settle. 25 minutes to play. Can Chelsea hold on in this game? Putellas gets no time in there. Brilliant tackle from Nusken. Deemed a foul, but play continues as Barcelona have possession. Samuel Paraluelo gets a shot away, but it's an awful effort. Chelsea goal kick. I don't see much wrong with the Nusken tackle, to be honest, on Putellas. It was firm, but fair, I thought. Yeah, and then Paraluelo's effort left a lot to be desired. And now it will be Chelsea. Sorry, but Chelsea go long with it. No one able to really to get a head to that, and so Barca come away with the ball. And now ball in behind, and it's Caldente up against Buchanan. Caldente does well to shield the ball from Buchanan there and hold her off, but then Buchanan knocks it out of play for a throw. Good stuff. Rolfo. Now Alexia Putellas. And there Ramirez gets brought down. So that will be a Chelsea free kick. Caldente kicking the ball as well, but I think just getting a talking to from Frappart. She didn't boot it away. But yeah, just caught Ramirez there. Chelsea are doing really well. Chelsea are doing really, really well in this game. They've played this game to a T tactically. And so a free kick. I think I just cast there's space, loads of space on the left hand side for Lawrence, but I don't think Carter thinks she can pull that ball off. Well, she has actually. Brilliant ball to Lawrence. Nusken, a give and go, and it's in behind. Lawrence has chased after it. Bronze has had her hands all over her there, and Lawrence pushed her because she's annoyed there because that's a clear foul. Bronze made no attempt to play the ball, just grabbed her to stop her running past her. Not sure why those aren't getting noticed by Frappart. When it was the other way round in the first half, it was noticed every time. Carter does really well to shield that ball from Paralluelo, to win it off of her. Now she'll go down the line, trying to pick out Lauren James. It drops in midfield. Here is Kira Walsh. Ball goes across to Lucy Bronze. Bronze tries to play it towards Zaitana Bonmati, but Chelsea will recover it. Lawrence waiting for some support. She's trying to just let that run out for a goal kick now, and does so wonderfully. Good job from Ashley Lawrence. And a Chelsea goal kick. Barcelona look frustrated. Chelsea suffocating them in possession. Frustrating them with their tackles and their aggression. Chelsea are 23 minutes away from holding a lead going into the second leg. Ball goes out wide. Lawrence loses the header, but Charles then wins the second ball. It's a game of headers and volleys at the moment in the middle of the park, as neither side can really get a foot on it, but now Barca do bring it down. Walsh. Ball out wide, and Graham Hansen is in a bit of space here. Charles does recover, but she's getting spun round by Graham Hansen. Ball into the box, headed away by Carter, and then it's brilliant there as Charles gets across and heads it away. James trying to fight for possession with Gallardo. Play continues. It looked like it was going to be given as a foul, but Barca in a good position. Fridolina Rolfo, ball across the box, blocked by Cuthbert, out for a Barcelona corner. They are ramping up the pressure now, FC Barcelona, making this really difficult for Chelsea. Yeah, James did foul Gallardo there, but play continued. Soon, I think Frappart will be forced to bring those cards out. Chelsea's just going over that line of what's allowed in terms of physicality, just starting to be a bit over-aggressive as that desperation to hold on kicks in. And then Lauren James just smashing that ball away, offers Chelsea a moment of respite in what's been quite a difficult half. Now, Barcelona with the throw-in. Ball goes down the line. Tries to find Paralluelo. Is she in an onside position? Yes, but she has. But Buchanan got back in, knocked it out of play for a corner. Well, she was offside there, but no, wonderfully timed run by Salma Paralluelo. Yeah, Buchanan knocking it out of play for a corner. And over this one is Paralluelo. They've got players in the box here. Lining up to head it home. It's worked well. Putas ball in. Blocked away. Ball back in. Headed away. Canaride. And now they're trying to break. Here's Lawrence. And there's a Barcelona player down the box with a head injury here as Hannah Hampton just alerts the officials too. It was Carter in there and just catching Paredes there with the elbow, I think, in the side of the head. But yeah, now a change again for Barcelona. I think one for Chelsea as well. So Barcelona are turning to, I think this is Arias, potentially. I'm not sure. I can't quite see who it is. Anyway, I didn't see who the Chelsea change was either. So, drop ball for Chelsea here. Frappart will drop it. And it's Niamh Charles now. Just smash it up the field. And give Ramirez something to chase after. Now it's Barcelona with the ball. Drops for Engen. Rolfo. Here's Walsh. Now Engen. Cuthbert. Here is Jess Carter. Ball in behind, giving Lauren James something to chase after. James. Looking to take players on here. Gives it to the edge. Nusken tries to hold on to it. It's going to fall though for Bronze to clear it up the field. Carter up against Paolo. Carter just knocking out of play there. Playing it safe. It's Kat Macario, says Harry. And yes, she will now come on. So for Barcelona, it's a change in the front line. Off comes Mariona Caldente, who struggled today. Struggled to really have much of an impact. And Vicky Lopez on in her place. On this left flank. And, well, for Chelsea, there will also be a change. So I thought, Rolf will just try and take it quickly there, but Chelsea want to make a sub. And it will be Lauren James off, Kat Macario on the pitch. The something that Chelsea want you to know, the best in the world. It's Kat Macario. Can she make an impact? Can Chelsea hold on here? Falls now for Vicky Lopez, who's looking to come on and change the game. Carter running into the corner, just knocks it out of play for a throw. That's going to be Fridolina Rovo, goes over quickly to take it, but then takes her time actually throwing the ball. Lopez, Rolfo, can she deliver? Blocked by Carter. Hampton will come and grab it, and that is Chelsea stopped it going out for a goal kick. There's 73 minutes on the clock. Just over 15 minutes. Can Chelsea hold on? Plus, of course, additional time. But I don't think that's going to be too long a serving of that. We've not had any long stoppages. We've had a couple subs, a couple head injuries, but nothing. Extent, I guess the VAR as well. Maybe we're pushing a bit of a longer stoppage. But anyway, Kat Macario looking to take on Bronze. Lawrence. And that's a poor touch from Leopolds, and that's out for a Barcelona throw. Barca just looked tired. Barca looked really tired in this game. Chelsea have ran them. I mean, Chelsea are also starting to flag, but Barca particularly looked really tired. Cuthbert plays it towards Macario. Here is Kat Macario again. They lost the ball. Chelsea even won it back then quite quickly. Barca then win it back. It's just going. Possession's chopping and changing hands at the moment. Again, as we saw right at the start of the game, neither side really able to get their foot on the ball. Now to Bronze. Buchanan. Cuthbert. Unable to hold on to it. Charles tries to get it forwards. Leopolds can't quite hold on to it. Ball now in behind. Ramirez. Taking players on here. Myra Ramirez. Can she hold off Engen? Yes. Ramirez still going for Chelsea. Oh, shoots wide. Brilliant drive from Myra Ramirez. She didn't give up on that ball. Brilliant stuff. She just, used her physicality to knock any chance of Paredes winning that off her. And then she just keeps going. She keeps going. Gallardo just manages just to see her wide enough. Great use of her body there from Ramirez. Just couldn't get a clean shot away at goal. Huge miss, as Harry says in chat. 15 to play. Chelsea have had big chances. Chelsea have had the bigger chance in this game, quite frankly. That could have gone in. There was the one for Canaride. Well, James ended up shooting it, but that could have gone in. Barca haven't had clear-cut opportunities. I couldn't list you same number. Like, you've got the Paraluelo one where she didn't even shoot. That is about it. Don't get me wrong, they've had opportunities, but none of them quite as clear-cut as those. None of them as defined as those opportunities for Chelsea. If anything, I think Chelsea will be frustrated that they're not up by more in this game. Such a well-disciplined performance so far from Chelsea. Barcelona going long now. Lopez. Can she keep it in touch? Canaride's going to go chase her into the corner, and she does well to stand her up. Ball comes off Canaride, it's out for a throw. Rolfo plays it quickly into Puteas, who turns Cuthbert. Cuthbert dived in for it. Buchanan, they just really well. Paluelo and Puteas try to link up, but Buchanan steps in and stops it. And it's a bit messy here as Barcelona trying to fashion opportunity. Chelsea come away with the ball, though, and that ball just goes long. At this late moment, Ramirez realises the futility in chasing it. She's knackered, understandably so. I see why Ramirez is the focal point, because obviously she is. We've just seen there how she muscles players off, but at this moment we need Macario as that focal point. She's fresh legs. Get her on and get her pressing. And her pace in behind is going to be, quicker than Ramirez. Just get her in behind, see what happens. Now Hampton just knocking up the field. Nuskin unable to win that header, but Leopold does get the second ball. The second header. Here is Lawrence. Wants to take it down this left-hand side again. She's done really well today, Ashley Lawrence. A bit of criticism for her from people in chat before today's game. And I think she's dispelled all those complaints, all those frustrations in the game. She's looked really good today. I've loved her driving down that left-hand side with confidence and with passion. Here's Hampton. Here's Canaride now. Holds onto the ball well. Ramirez. Carter. Cuthbert. Carter. Goes back now to Hannah Hampton. Ball in the air and it falls down for Canaride. Here is Jess Carter. Looks for Ramirez. It hits Ramirez, but doesn't really do a lot else. Chelsea just trying to get that ball down and play. Puteas. Here's Carter. Just goes back to a goalkeeper and Chelsea will settle it down. Just calm it down. 10 or 12 minutes to play. Plus additional time. Hampton. Goes long with it. And Ramirez there holding off Gallardo. Ramirez still going. Gallardo pulls her down. That's got to be a yellow card, surely. It is indeed the first card of the game, I believe. Brandished to Patri Gallardo there. Made no attempt to play the ball. Pulls down Ramirez. Ramirez again had used her physicality to just muscle someone off. And Gallardo just pulling her back, grabbing her arm and pulling her to the ground. She's been the difference today. There was a Barcelona fan who hopped in chat before stream and said that they limited... Oh, no, I don't think it was true. I think it was a comment on the preview we did on Friday who said that Ramirez was dealt with by Barcelona last time. She hasn't been today. Her physicality has been impossible for Barcelona to deal with. And she could have easily made this 2-0 Chelsea a couple of moments ago. Chelsea now with a free kick in a good area. Macario on it. And so the players wait in anticipation for Macario to deliver the ball. Frappart blows her whistle. Ball into the box. And it's the first player for Barcelona that heads it away. Cuthbert. Carter. Macario. That ball in the box has got to be better, by the way, from Macario. I've glossed over it, but fresh legs. Got to be doing better than that. Canaride tries to take it past Fridley and Rolfo. Really good defending from Rolfo. But Canaride wins it back, and it's come off Canaride there, I think. Yeah, it will be a Barcelona throw deep in their own corner. And Rolfo just walked up the line about 5-10 yards, and no one done anything about it. Chelsea win it in midfield now. Cuthbert in towards Macario. Macario and Gallardo a fight for it. Macario has... Well, she thought she kept it on, but apparently not. Barcelona goal kick. 10 minutes to play. Not long left now at all. No, she had kept it on and then it just... She made another bit of contact with the ball. Here come Barcelona. Graham Hansen looks dangerous. Is there a foul in there? No, it's given Chelsea's way. Brilliant. Brilliant call. Brilliant call. Chelsea made a tackle. It fizzed up in the air and it hit Graham Hansen, who was falling over in the arm. Good call. Axon Clare says, if Ramirez hadn't picked up that injury, should be even better by now. Yeah, I agree. And Harry says, Geraldo knows that this home leg was important, does not look happy. No, not... Well, that, and he's gone to a bloody 3-2-5, pretty much. They've got all-out attacking Barcelona in this game, and they've not scored a goal. Here's Vicky Lopez. And Ramirez still chasing her. The work ethic today from the Chelsea players has been phenomenal. We've covered every blade of grass on the pitch, this team. Barca just haven't got going yet. But there's still 10 minutes for them to try and turn that around. Bronze. Now Walsh. Bonmati. Yeah. Charles trying to see Bronze out. Bronze gets the ball into the box. Buchanan stands her ground against Paralluelo. Has to be careful in there. But was really, really disciplined there defending from Buchanan. Carter blocks the ball. Sorry, Charles blocks the ball coming in. Ramirez wonderfully physical there to hold on to the ball. But it's given as a free kick anyway as Paredes thumped into Charles there. And so a yellow card brandished to her as well. You can, sorry, it's Shock and Nuskin. You can see Barcelona getting frustrated because they are lumping into challenges. They are angry. They're an angry team because they're not used to losing. It's like a kid who doesn't get his own way. He usually does. They're not used to it. This team aren't used to losing and they're frustrated by it. Harry says, Frappart's had a good game, always been a quality referee. Yeah, I rate Frappart really highly. There's a reason she's one of the female refs that's made that step over and refed in World Cups and in men's World Cups and stuff like that. It's because she's quality. Alex Sinclair says, really hope we hold out. It's been such a good performance. I completely agree. This feels like that kind of stupid game where there's still a goal in it and like Kira Walsh or Bonmati or someone's just going to pick it up and score from 40 yards. Chelsea have to keep being disciplined in this game. 7 minutes to play. Obviously, there will be a bit of time now with Nuskin on the deck. That's another yellow card for Barcelona. They're racking them up now. And if we could get them the second yellow or something and get a couple of these players out for the second leg, that'd be perfect. But especially Irene Paredes, because they've already got Maria Leon. Yeah, I mean, they've already got Maria Leon out, so they'll be very short on options. But yeah. Harry says, agreed, although I still back us at the bridge if we draw. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that, Chelsea's performance has been phenomenal today. But as I was saying, we look at last year, in Chelsea's home leg, they lost 1-0. Then they went away and they drew 1-0. And they lost that game. They were unfortunate to lose that game. If you think of, if you look at the same thing this year, Barcelona, I've got the home leg first, but they're losing it 1-0. Chelsea just got to draw the home leg, the second leg, 1-0. They could get to the Champions League final in the same way they lost it last year. Hampton. The ball goes long. And it's up in the air from Paredes. Cuthbert then wins the header. Ramirez trying to fight for it. Paredes heads it away. Here is Joanna Wright in Canaride. She goes down the line. Macario holding on to the ball well. She's trying to fashion an opportunity there, but can't. Lopez comes and wins it. And now Khadija Buchanan goes back to a goalkeeper. Hampton. Carter. And Macario just can't hold on to the ball there. You sense Chelsea are starting to tire a bit as well. Bonmati plays it across. Barca committing numbers forward here. Balls to Paralluelo at the back post. Oh my God, what a miss. What a miss for Sao Paralluelo. Chelsea have got to concentrate in this game. It seems that momentary rest has just given Barcelona a chance to recharge, and they're coming forwards now with a renewed energy. Chelsea, though, look like they've lost their focus, their concentration. Huge moment. Huge miss from Paralluelo. So 86 minutes on the clock. I'd imagine there'll be about 5 minutes of additional time. So we'd say roughly 10 minutes for Chelsea to hold on here. Paralluelo. Alex says, yeah, ultimately this is more of a must-not-lose game. I agree. Oh, Ramirez is just using her physicality again here. Gallardo. No, she can't foul her or she'll be off. Ramirez, wonderfully worked. Cuts it back. No one's coming onto it, though. And it's Bronze who smashes it clear. Caroline Graham-Hansen gives it to Vicky Lopez. Barcelona coming forwards here. Lopez. Trying to find an option. Goes to Rolfo. Buchanan puts in a firm tackle but wins it cleanly. That's not a foul, Frappart. That's not a foul. That was a good tackle. Yeah, won the ball. Paolo wasn't even protesting it. She knew it was clean. Lopez. Here's Paralluelo. Carter puts in a brilliant challenge as well in the box. Had to get that right. Chelsea is starting to get caught out a little bit there, though. Carter having to make a big tackle. Putas puts the ball into the box. Headed away by Niamh Charles. Drops on the edge. Walsh. Again, it'll be Carter who clears it away. Ramirez tries to fight for it up there. Barcelona trying everything they can to just fill the box with players. Putas, Paralluelo. Here's Bonmati on the edge. Trying to fashion a shot. Gives it out wide. Fridolina Rolfo in a bit of space. Comes across the box. Chelsea let it go because it's going to go out to the wide area. No one running onto it. Ball into the box. Putas. Her header glances wide. And that will be a Chelsea goal kick. Well called by Frappart. Alex Sinclair says we have to be really on point with our counter-attacks now. We've got to hit corners. We've got to hit corners and hold it in the corners. And just time waste it now. 88th minute, game management. That's the big thing, game management. I know we've got a second leg and we'd love to be 2-0 up, but let's just consolidate what we have. Get in the corners, just hold off. 7 minutes at most, I'd say, in this of additional time. So we're 88th minute, we're about 9 minutes away. We're just not getting it high enough with those clearances. Header out of play. That's going towards the Chelsea bench. I was expecting Emma Hayes to just smash it in the crowd and get sent off for it. Gallardo. Paredes. Here's Bronze. Towards Paralluelo. Really well dealt with by Buchanan. Ashley Lawrence. Oh, and that's not sensible at this moment to try and win a throw, but then she does clear it away. She cleared it into a player to try and win a throw. Harris says, got to hold on now. They're putting a lot of pressure on us. Huge minutes in this tie. Indeed. Barcelona desperate for a goal. Chelsea trying everything they've got to hold on. Ramirez does really well to hold up the ball. Then she gets fouled again. So good at drawing the foul is Maya Ramirez. Puteas brought her down. She's just pointed at Frappart and gone, you got eyes, mate. Do not disrespect Stephanie Frappart like that. Right, this doesn't go in the box, by the way. Corners. This goes in the corner. We go stand by the corner flag with the ball for the next 7 minutes. And that ball is getting dinked. And now Guro Wrighton getting instructions from Emma Hayes. I imagine they're realising that Lawrence is struggling. Or they may even throw her on for Ramirez or something like that, just to give a bit of legs up front. Or in midfield for someone like Nuskin. 9 minutes of additional time. Ball through to Paralluelo. Ball out wide. Puteas tries to get a shot away, blocked by Buchanan. Now Macario just smashes it up the field. And Ramirez can't get a past Gallardo, who had her hands all over her there. 9 minutes of additional time. That is a farce. An absolute farce. I know we had the VAR, we had a couple injuries, but 9 minutes is taking the piss. Well, the VAR was what, 2 minutes? Subs and injuries, I've not made up 7 minutes. I'm sorry, I haven't. Unless you're stopping the watch every time the ball goes out for a throw. That is ridiculous. Chelsea with 9 more minutes to hold on. Probably a good idea then not to kick it into the corners 2 minutes ago, because then another 10 minutes to play pretty much. Canaride. Gives it to Macario. She just can't get the ball out of her feet there, but Fridolina Rolfo knocks it out of play. So Chelsea's change will come now. It is Guro Wrighton on for... That is Ramirez, I think, coming off. And, well, she needs some assistance from Frappart to get off the pitch. In that she's not running. But, yeah, that is the end of Maya Ramirez's game. Then she will now jog. But what a shift. What a shift from Ramirez. Writing on in her place. Brilliant stuff from the Colombian today. Chelsea now 7 minutes away from a champions, well, for leading going into the second leg. And now they're holding it in the corner. Macari up against Rolfo. Right in there, just try and knock it into Rolfo to win over a corner or a throw, ends up just kicking it through her legs. Here's Cuthbert, they're going into the corner again. Wrighton. That's a throw for Barcelona. Wrighton's furious about that because that looked like it came off a Barcelona player. It definitely did from where I'm looking, but yeah, Carter just knocking it out of play. Chelsea have no intention of this ball leaving this small area of the pitch. Out for a Chelsea throw, and they will take their time to go and collect that ball. Carter now doing some keep the uppies. All that sort of stuff just kills a couple seconds. No, I do. I know they've changed the thrower as well. Scannerai comes over and takes it. Macario can't hold on to the ball. Falls for Leopolds now. Macario to Leopolds. Leopolds off against Rolfo in this corner. And that has come off off a Barcelona player. That's a Chelsea throw. And Chelsea are celebrating it. Chelsea are celebrating every time they manage to hold on to the ball for a second. 6 minutes. Chelsea have got to hold this ball in this corner. Canaride, Macario. It was very early to do this, but we're in additional time now. That is a Chelsea corner. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from Chelsea. Sure, this ball doesn't actually go in the box, right? I mean, Barca are getting in the box, but sure, this ball doesn't go in the box. Maybe we are going to cross it. I think that's the wrong decision. But we are going to cross it. Ball in from Macario. Header towards goal, but it's wide. Not really sure why we've crossed that there. Barcelona are going to take this goal quickly. They're going to come forwards quickly. Chelsea still getting back into shape. Not sure why we crossed that. I'd never put a corner into the box when you're trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead. Bronze goes long with it. Lawrence tries to stop it. Graham Hansen, that's a poor ball into the box. And it'll be Hansen who comes and claims it. And then goes to ground. Barca fans frustrated by it, but that's what everyone does. If it's the other way around, they'd be applauding it. I have no idea what Lawrence was trying to do there, but she's gotten away with it. We're now halfway through the allotted 9 additional minutes. And Nuskin just chasing Bronze out there. Legs not as fresh as Bronze's are. Lawrence does really well there to stop Graham Hansen turning. Here is Lucy Bronze. Brilliant stuff from Lawrence. Bronze with the throw. Bronze, Paredes. Here is Walsh. Across now to Gallardo. Puteas. Now Puteas again, receiving it from Gallardo. Rolfo. Lopez. Cuthbert hounding her. Vicky Lopez as she tries to bring it down the line. Bonmati. Rolfo blocked well by Cuthbert. Chelsea just holding on here. 3 minutes to play. Rolfo Carter's going to see that out. Chelsea goal kick. But yeah, Barca look defeated. Barca look defeated. Not saying by any means they are. They could find a goal, but they just don't look like the usual confident Barcelona side who are knocking that ball around with pizzazz and with confidence and with belief. They don't have that right now. Chelsea are the side with belief. They believe they can see this out. Buchanan. And then they just can't fashion that ball forwards. Here comes Bronze. Nuskin's going to Stick closer there, but then it falls for Wrighton, and Chelsea can drive. Guro Wrighton's fresh legs will drive that ball forwards. Under pressure from Bronze, but she's going to keep going towards the corner here, Guro Wrighton. Now she'll come inside. Brilliant from Guro. What's not in the box? Macario can't quite fashion a shot away. And it just doesn't happen for him. Cleared forward by Bonmati. Header the other way from Charles. Here's Macario. Has hit her arm apparently there. And she's got a couple of nudges there from Walsh as she gets in the way of the ball. And then gets a push as well for good measure. The frustration is overcoming these Barcelona players. They are very annoyed today. They've not been able to deal with this Chelsea team. Nusken. Majestic turn. That's our shocker Nusken, everybody. Ball long. And it's a header back to the goalkeeper, Catalina Cole. They've got a minute and a half to make it happen if it's going to happen for them today, Barcelona. Gallardo. Or are they going to have to go away to Stamford Bridge next Saturday, needing a result? Ball in behind. Parallelo. Hampton comes out well. Makes connection with it. Slows the ball down. Buchanan then clearing it away. Macario. Leopolds. Chelsea driving forwards here. And they just can't hold on to the ball. Rolfo. Graham Hansen running at Charles. Charles is trying to shuffle a wide ball across the box. Headed away by Buchanan. What a performance has been from Chelsea. Lawrence now. Just got to go up the line. Just smash up the line, Ashley Lawrence. Why are you trying to run at people? Vicky Lopez coming forwards. Here's Caroline Graham Hansen. Chelsea hanging on in there now. Charles, can she stop that ball coming into the box? She has for now, but it's going to go back to Bronze. Looped in there. Parallelo heads it, but it's headed backwards. Carter smashes it clear. 20 seconds left of the allotted additional time. You'd imagine Frappart will add another minute on for the stoppages and the subs and the fouls, but wow. Chelsea holding on. Bonmati begging for a card there for Leopolds. I mean, that's a bookable offence in itself, asking for a card, referee. 9 minutes of additional time have been played now. The timer has stopped working on our stream. I don't know what to do now. It's a night. There you go. You got the. You know how much time's on there. 99 minutes on the clock. Most fans clapping. Parallelo. Ball into the box. Over everyone, headed back across the box. Putellas, it's wide. What a miss. Chelsea get away with one there. She's furious. Chelsea can let out a sigh of relief, but that should have gone in for Barcelona. Criminal miss from Alexia Putellas. She came on with a point to prove that she perhaps should have started. Brilliant header across the box from Bronze. That should have gone in for Putellas and for Barcelona. But it's a miss. And ultimately, it's a miss. That means Chelsea lead going into the second leg. It's full time here at the Estadio Louis Campaños. I managed to turn off the overlay, which is not what I wanted to do. Brilliant stuff. Full time. Chelsea hold on. It's Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. Phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff from Chelsea. As I say, the big moment there is Putellas nudged her shot wide. But Chelsea hold on. Alex Arsenal fan says, get in there. What once Harry says, come on. What a moment for Chelsea. What a moment. Second leg on Saturday. Chelsea go into it with a 1-0 lead. Huge. Huge. The only goal of the game coming from Erin Cuthbert in the 40th minute. Chelsea with a valiant effort. Today wasn't about that incredible attack, those incredible attacking talents. Today was about defending, resilience, that aggression, the discipline, the regiment that the Chelsea team had today, where they stayed narrow, compact, and they stopped the best team in the world from scoring a goal. They didn't register a shot on target in the first half, and they haven't scored a goal. Chelsea lead 1-0 going into the second leg this Saturday at Stamford Bridge. Can the Blues finish the job and find themselves in their second ever Champions League final? Let's hope so. But for now, we'll celebrate the victory and we'll look forward to Saturday evening. But what a win. Barcelona 0, Chelsea 1. That's an incredible result, says Harry. Half the job done. Next week is huge at the Bridge. It is indeed. It very much is. But wow. Wow. What a moment. What a performance for Chelsea. And what a result. Against the odds, they've come to Barcelona and they've done it. Chelsea with a small section of support in what is otherwise a very packed out Estadio Luis Campaños full of Barcelona fans. But they'll go home unhappy as the small section of Chelsea fans are going to be partying probably all on the same plane this evening. Wonderful stuff from the Blues. Disappointing for Barcelona. They couldn't score. Graves will be frustrated, and this is huge. Chelsea players on the pitch now, all in a huddle together. All as one. And it was that teamwork that saw them get over the line today. Emma Hayes, the central point to it all in the middle, just praising her players, because what a moment. They deserve that, Chelsea. They deserve that. They were incredible today, those players. Every single player that was involved today had a huge part in a 1-0 victory over the best team in the world. I think I'm going to round it off there, everybody. But thank you for joining me this morning for what has been an incredible game. We are back on this channel tomorrow for Manchester United versus Tottenham. If you're a Chelsea fan, you like the men's team as well, we're live on the football chat as well this evening for the FA Cup semi-final. So loads of coverage of both the men's and the women's game across this weekend. But yeah, that is everything from us today. I'm going to round off now. But until next time, well, I don't know. That's not how I outro, is it? But I've lost it. Gone delirious. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. And we will see you next time.